At muli tayo nagbabalik mga kaibigan. Wala nang hintay-hintay dahil dito na ulit sa World Final ng Blast Premier live from Abu Dhabi, Dubai. At wala nang hintay-hintay. Wala nang delay. OG Esports versus Vitality. Inferno being the first map. T-side para sa OG ngayon. We're now on the upper bracket para sa ating games 4. Yung bracket ngayon, nakalabas na agad. Yung players ng OG, paglabas ng ups, dito na yung rush. At yung pit player, si Magisk, he's kind of struggling to get the pick dito sa OG. Pagkalabas ng apps, he eventually finds new frag, pero yung quad setup nila with Spinks, not fruitful. Fiku with the double kill, but Spinks at least, he recovers. And 1 versus 1, the duelies as well. Zaiwu taken off of the picture dito kay Dexter. And 1v1 Fiku versus the kid himself. But it's Zaiwu with the duelies na nakapanalo, nakakuha ng first blood dito sa matchup natin. And again, display of discipline from Vitality. You saw yung kanilang push and pull. Counter strafe not letting themselves be at that committed push or committed fight against OG that are forced to take that short range fight compared to how they were holding up against Magis in the pit. You saw Spinks who was getting in and out dun sa angle in the B side or in the A side actually. It's cool, calm, and collected para sa OG, but eventually Vitality, they recover there.
Yep. ULB, balik to kay Apex. Yun lang, does not work out for him. Neofrag gets it to si Spinks immediately, man. And 5v3. Plenty of weaponry para dito sa OG to disrupt whatever by Vitality has at the moment. Pero naka MP9 dito si Dupree. Gets jump-shotted by Mr. Nexa. Pero yun lang. Gonna have to back off si Magisk unless he does want to fight more. Does get taken down and so many upgrades pwede para dito sa side ng OG. And OG, a force buy. Working out in their favor dito sa Inferno. They need more stuff like that dito sa T-side, that's for sure.
Yeah, Vitality was just a bit more aggressive sa pag-control dun sa banana where it was the forward angle that actually cost them their life. Nexa just dunking on Dupree. Yan, indifference maker. Entry on in from OG. And he was the guy who actually had first contact dun kay Magisk when he was like too close for comfort. And I can't blame them dun sa pag-push nila dun kasi that's also like a pretty common thing when you want to hold yung banana. Try to push outside of the smoke and then labas ang flash from the B side kaso not really working out so well para sa Vitality this time. And the force buy seemingly working out in the favor of OG this time around. Yung pag-push dun sa banana what seemingly gave them that reward. Can they double down on it? Is it gonna be the same B push again? Galing dito sa OG. I mean, so far so good. No lurks, no attempts at even trying to reclaim at least presence on another side. Usually the 5-stack push for OG. Possibly a different story this time.
Yep. 1-1 though. Better than most teams dito sa Inferno. Pagkalaban nila yung Vitality dito. Seeing how good their city side could be. Pero ngayon, Vitality naman ang mag-force by dito sa ating game. Means everything can start to roll through dito sa banana. Like yung switch up galing dito sa side ng Vitality, instead of overcommitting para dito sa banana area natin, instead they're just gonna hang back dito sa B-side ready for OG to walk in. But that's a big risk at the same time. Kung merong lurk itong OG, possibly may kita nila yung A-side is near empty dito and they could rotate. But instead, they're just gonna run into a 4-man stack dito sa B. Not the best scenario para dito sa OG, pero you know, they got what they wanted to dito sa B-side.
I think that smoke is it should be a sign that OG has to stop. I think they need to turn back now since dito na nga yung quad setup, but they're gonna do it anyway, stubborn as ever. OG walking into a quad setup for the players of Vitality. Zaiwu spraying with the M4. And eventually getting a majority of the picks dito with Dupree falling as well dito sa kanilang pagkuha ng B-side. At least Fiku gets another gamit ng Galil dito. This guy can clutch and he has to do it now. Kasama na tuloy agad ni Majest itong si Apex. And we got a clutch. Oh, it's a good one. Fiku just trying to scan every single angle. He has a flash. He could try to isolate those Magisk. Oh, sobrang low. Sobrang lapit. But Apex.
Flash.
Sige,
Oh my
lapit.
God.
Malapit na siya mamatay. Flash out. Magisk so close. Pero nandito yung peak with the deagle of all things. Just like that, tamang sama-sama para makuha yung nag-iisa.
And there it is. Fiku could not get that in time. That is a tough one to say the least. A tough pill to swallow. Vitality. Sinagot na nga nila ang force buy dito ng OG and nasagot nila na maayos dito. Magis tucking his head away at the corner as well. And there it is. 2-1. Poor Fiku, man. Sayang yun, to be fair.
So,
My man, Polish young Sheldon. Definitely can do more. 5-3. And we've seen glimpses galing dito kay Fiku, no? Like, this kid is good. This kid is good, that's for sure.
glimpses. But, that's why it calls glimpses. Kasi yun nun mo lang makikita yung kanyang brilliance in that one shell shock. But then again, it is like a pretty much buy. Plus that one sling of lurking. Attempt at least onto the apps area. Already found out because Zaiwu and the Pre actually doubled down on this. Tri-stack agad dun sa B. Good shot from Dexter. Now he has the AWP. Pero money invested para makuha to ni First Blood. Zaiwu not even bothered by any smoke whatsoever. 3 shots onto Nifrag and Dexter. And a free AWP to pick up para kay Zaiwu then into the next round. Next up, Flames all walking into very dangerous territory. Zaiwu, triple kill. Flames at least gets one. 1v3. Does have that AWP in hand sa kanyang disposal pero just has to fight off using his AK. Kasama na lang dito. Dupree peeks off. Kaso, yun yung punish galing kay Flames. And he just walks away.
And there it is. Flames has the chance to maybe go for the clutch. Magisk is the low player trying to rotate. Papasok nga dito sa ating ace site. And if he can catch itong si Flames actually running, it is going to be another freebie para dito sa Vitality. Plenty of time. But Magisk, I like the angle galing sa kanya dito. Pretty hard one to clear kung mag-isa ka lang dito sa ace site. And 1-3. Vitality start to tighten their grip dito sa Inferno. City side pa lang to. So OG need to find a lot more sa Vitality. Hindi nga nila mahanap na maayos dito. Look at how many free peeks Zaiwu gets dahil dito sa late push nila. So OG, I don't know, they might need to speed it up dito sa ating game.
Yeah. And it all comes into fruition for Vitality again. Taking that first blood agad-agad kay Fiku as he was trying to make his way doon sa may apartments pa lang. You gotta wonder then about Magisk. He's also like silently being a very impactful player para sa Vitality. That flexibility that you would look for in a player, Magisk already has, and it's a product of his experience. How he can contribute to this team so many different ways. And this time, off angles, kanina, Zaiwu, the EWP picked up from Dexter's body kanina. And again, Dexter becomes a corpse into the hands of Vitality. Zaiwu with a shot. Neofrag eventually converts onto Apex despite Fiku's attempt. And Magis finds another onto Neofrag. So 1v4, UMP in hand. Kaso nakita through the smoke ni Spinks. Amoy na amoy. And it's just not enough for OG.
Mm-hmm. And timeout galing dito kay OG. Understandable, to be fair. But, yeah, I mean, it's like I said, man, slowly starting to lose grip dito sa ating game. 1-4 pa lang yung score natin though. It's still pretty early. First 5 rounds pa lang tayo dito. Vitality. These defenses are now starting to hurt. Especially Zaiwu, full access na nga sa kanyang AWP dito. So far, so good for him. 9-1-2 dito sa ating game. OG, I mean, they're near dito kay Magisk, which is yung second fragger dito ng Vitality. But right now, they're struggling to look for openings. Instead, yung Vitality pala yung nakakahanap dito.
Pagka panalo din nila itong buy round na to, then mas lalo na nagiging mahirap para sa OG. Kaya they need to make this banana control work again. Nexa, isolated because of the molly pero already mitigated. Galing doon sa smoke pa lang ng OG. Iku down 50 dahil doon sa nade. This is falling apart, especially with the amount of utility that they're pushing onto them. The fight hasn't started pero nabugbog ang OG bago pa man sila makapag-push sa B.
Plenty of time though, still, para dito sa OG na makahanap ng opportunity na makapasok ng site. Pero maunti na ang kanilang mga grenades dito, so they really have to decide kung saan sila saan sila pupunta dito sa ating game. And they're deciding very, very slowly, pero A-site yata ang hanap dito ng OG. Slow crawl from the second mid side. Maybe start smoking itong Archer side nga dito. Pero si Magisk though, but that's Magisk, man. You gotta kill him fast or he's gonna kill 3 dito sa balcony side. So let's see what's gonna happen. Flames is gonna come out. He's gonna jump down with Flames dito. And ayun lang, both very unfortunate scenarios for both players, but they do get the upper hand, except na andito pa nga si Zaiwu sa ating side. Could not decide between yung dalawang targets. And does finally go down. At least 3v3 ang situation. Low pa nga si Fico dito. 1 nade then he's gone. But is this gonna be the decision to save para dito sa Vitality or no? Instead, maybe it is the long run galing nga sa side nila, looking for all the players dito na OG. They don't even need to defuse the bomb at this point. Pa rin lang talaga hanap nila dito.
Ooh, I like this kasi Fico was looking towards that library area din pa naman. And that also gives an opportunity for Spinks to actually open up yung short position dito. So, itong pagpasok na lang ni Apex, it's not that complicated. And nothing to even resist that. Walang tao sa right side. So all they have to do is lurk on down. Nakita agad yung mga tao sa site. Flames already found out. They have no time para makuha yung bomb defuse. So at least OG, they get the round win. But it's kind of an expensive round. Considering yung nilabas ng dalawang players in the post plant, it's just unfortunate that they're not able to preserve a bit of their money.
Yeah, I mean, no, not much smiles galing dito sa OG. They know what happened. I mean, alam nila na that 3v3 was executed by Vitality well, or as much as possible na hindi nila ma-throw masyado nila ang economical lead na meron dito yung Vitality. Pero OG looking a bit more worse for wear ang kanilang economy dito, Mac 10 para dito kay Nexa. But that last round could put a hole dito sa kanilang mga bangko ngayon. A-site is going to be defended by 2. More focus dito naman sa B-site ang ating Vitality in terms of the defense. Pero nandito na si Zaiwu looking for the apartments pick. Faster than expected. Flames is gonna go down. That's the strong entry para dito sa OG. Wala na.
Yeah, they slowed down dahil dun. Wala na si Flames. Wala silang anybody reliable to open up the site. And that is the best player sana that you can match up against Zaiwu. But he's on a different level ngayon in terms of opping. Sobrang early compared to how they played last time in Inferno. He was so late into using the AWP, but this time, right place, right time. Mas lalo na dito kay Magis who finds Neofrag. Pero Fiku, he gets the 2 for 1. The best that he could hope for so far in this round. The crunch time para dito sa OG to get this A-side push. But Fiku, too quick to find itong si Dupree. Trying to use that smoke to his own use. Dexter through the smoke. Nakita din si Zaiwu. Wala din tuloy yung AWP para sa Vitality. The best that they could hope for is that molly from Apex that at least buy a bit more time. But after that, wala na sila masyadong magagawa unless Spinks and Apex want to risk this. But with Apex holding yung AWP ni Zaiwu, it's a sign that they'll save.
Yup. Apex has the op. Might want to keep it in his pocket. Itong si Spinks pa yung maghaharap ng damage dito sa economy na OG. He knows that it is still pretty low. So if madamage na yung dalawang players dito sa my graveyard, they won't be able to save by standing dito sa likod ng pit. Does not have a nade. Only has a smoke. Pero saan ba talaga lalabas ang mga OG members dito? It is a 3-4, but are they going to be back to 0 in terms of the economy? It seems like Spinks has the right answer dito sa may apartments. Fiku might die. Oh, 56 and 58 lang pala yung damage at the back of the site. No nade to be found whatsoever. Pero si Fiku na nga ang nag-entry para dito sa OG. And kumana nga. I mean, that was a great start sana para dito sa Vitality with that opening pick dito kay Flames. Pero with Fiku at the entry. Quick 2K dito sa may pit side. Jesus.
Also
OG.
like that Dexter knew about that boost from the info that he got from killing Dupree. He already knew that he needed at least one player that would make that stack possible. Zaiwu found out with the smoke he had nowhere else to go, even though may cover siya. He was already dead to rights dahil sa awareness ng OG. Smart, I'd say.
Within a timeout, I think. In this one, nope, the half is just gonna roll right back around. OG starting to build up momentum, but what's not building up is their economy. They keep on dying dito sa mga rounds nila dito. Pero Vitality, they're starting to lose their lead, or what they gotten sa first 4 rounds ng ating game. But now OG starting to crawl right back up dito. Now, Zaiwu still has his op though, saved in that last skirmish na nakita natin dito sa A site. And Zaiwu is gonna try to make some impact happen dito sa ating game. B site is gonna be somewhat aggressive pagdating sa kanilang defense dito. Apex wanting to get that initiative damage dito kay Neofrag. But mostly, they're just gonna wait for the smoke to run out, tas babalik na sila dito sa B.
Yeah, I mean, they have a solid insurance din naman. Kasi kung hindi mag-work out yung tri-stack, at least they have 3 players na pang retake. If OG want to push forward, then Vitality have a perfect opportunity to get that try-lurk going. Wait on down. You got at least a crossfire set up as well from Spinks and Apex or Dupree if you want to fortify yung site itself na lang. That's presence known. That was a bait and switch. Mind games na sinet up agad ng OG. Tatlo agad sa B, but you're fighting off against Zaiwu dito sa mid-top area who definitely conceded the angle na lang dahil sa apartment push na pwedeng gawin ni Fiku this time around. Zaiwu need to reconfigure himself, regain control. Senses, ginamit ng smoke. Hindi nakuha yung shot dito kay Neofrag who ultimately will find the Wonder Child. Ooh. Just like that, free entry for OG. A-site is theirs.
3-4, man. It's gonna turn into 4-4 real quick. And Vitality gonna decide to save again. How many times are you gonna save till it actually becomes worth it para dito sa side ng Vitality? Seems like they're just gonna keep on going. Ito yung bad news sa kanila, no? They lose the op. Wala na yung op dito para sa side nila. So, I wouldn't say hindi na mawawala yung impact ni Zaiwu in an instant, pero, you know, less range para dito sa Vitality to work with could be a bit worrying. Considering OG is starting to take over dito naman sa kanilang T-side dito. Spinks, turn around. There you go. Flames is dead. Closes the door. Just runs away. Pero wala na siya masasave masyado dito. HP bars on toward the OG side. Destroyed, but does not matter. 4-4 na nga ang ating score dito. T-side looking active para dito sa OG Nexa. And Neofrag opening things up for the squad. And the rest was history para dito sa OG.
Why I'm so lucky?
Kung ngayon nila gagawin, it's a good time na gawin nila ngayon yung paglinis ng kanilang T-side dahil you can't stop. If you can't stop Zaiwu right now, you can't stop Zaiwu ever. Now showing more proactiveness, but you're seeing more aggression out from Fiku, more proactiveness, that awareness na pwede niya kunin yung apps position well. Neofrag not even leading the charge anymore. He decides na siya naman yung papasok para sa banana control. Spinks already taking off in the picture. That's a huge pick onto the Vitality players. But a considerable amount of damage kay Nexa tsaka kay Neofrag because of nades happening doon sa banana. But I don't think B is the perfect plan anyway. Neofrag, kahit the blind galing kay Apex, the 3 falls as Flames pushing the issue. Magic also falling. Apex the only man who can stand them. And victory dito sa B. Kaso wala siyang choice. Tamang hintay na lang sa kamatayan galing kay Flames. At easy plant na naman para sa B. Looking so strong on the T side ng OG.
Yup. OG. T side looking very, very clean. Pistols lang naman ang Vitality dito. But a really good attempt dito sa B side though. Flash. But OG was ready for that play. Zaiwu with the 5-7. Nothing much can be done at this point. Baka makuha niya pa nga yung AK dito ni Neofrag. That's just gonna be a bonus for him and or his teammate. But right now, Vitality, yun nga, I mean, losing the lead, that's not gonna be good news for team morale overall. So, kailangan yata may makabawi dito sa ating next round. Zaibu's gonna go down 5-4 para dito sa OG with a 1-point lead on their T side. And it seems like as the rounds do go through, mas nagiging komportable sila dito sa defense ng Vitality.
Wag nilang labanan si Zaibu. Okay. Best chance kung gusto nilang makapag-stack ng panalo ngayon. 2 rounds in a row, hindi nila directly inaatake si Zaibu. Inaatake nila yung people around Zaibu. Sa B, crunch nila. Doon nila na-encounter yung mga riflers where the AWP had no sight whatsoever. And Zaibu this time had to regain control of A site habang the tri-stack push again for Vitality happens on Banana. Where ultimately, early usage of utility agad para makontrol yung area ng mapang yun dito sa B. And with this push, Neofrag, he's aware. Pwede niyang ilabas yung flash dito para at least makatch tong si Spinks with the off angle, but he just jumps up and down away from the angle set up by Spinks. And he's not aware about the Nexa on this end. That will ultimately cost him his own life. Kasama dun sa assist na ginawa ni Nexa, Neofrag is just too good. And 5-4, honestly, huge winnings, huge pickings para sa OG. And they can't convert this to B where they already had their sights set on anyway kanina.
Yup. 55 seconds left on the clock though para dito sa OG. Apex trying to do as much tricks as possible dito sa may banana side, even going for the risky play dito sa may barrels. And he's gonna get destroyed by flames, man. It's not hit that shot always, pero you know, you don't want to test these young guns, man. They have really good aim, and they're gonna hit that 9 times out of 10. That Molotov is gonna deter itong B push though. Great throw galing dito kay Dupree. And now it's gonna attract them back into A. Ito yung gusto ng Vitality dito. They want an A take galing dito sa side ng OG where they have the most weaponry. Mantis with the smoke, meron siyang one-way dito sa may pit side. Zaibu is gonna have to go off dito sa side just to get everything going. He's gonna get 2. Magic needs to get 1 here, and yes, he does. Neofrag nahulog na. Dexter nahulog na rin, and such a well-played 2-man defense galing dito sa Vitality. Magic and Zaibu, such a deadly combo. And Zaibu stepping up to the plate when asked dito sa side, getting 2.
Right, Molly. Coupled up with the right smoke para hindi makontest dong si Magisk. He would have had a very uncomfortable position if not for that molly, but the fact that he had the perfect response after that, plus Zaibu, kung kapon, sinasabi ko he has the highest floor out of anybody, he is hitting his ceiling through the roof ngayon. I believe he has double-digit frags, apart from everybody else except for Magisk. Definitely have been the more impactful player all throughout the servers so far dito sa World Final pa lang natin. And it was present in the Navi series where both Dupree and Magis were the thorns on the side of Simple at saka din sa plan nila with NPL. Pero ngayon, it's definitely the same tune singing for Vitality while everybody else on OG go back to the drawing board.
Oh, Neofrag. Oh, could have gotten itong si Spinks as well, but that's a 1-for-1 Apex for a Neofrag. Not too bad for either side. B presence is gonna be less felt, especially pag ganito yung gustong gawin ni Spinks dito. Now there's 3 people in B, and this might be a clue to go A. Pero si Dupree gusto pang lumaban dito sa ating B side, looking for the players to just line up for his crosshairs, but instead he's gonna play the long con gamit ang kanya smoke, gamit ang kanya molly. Smoke's gonna go down. Molly gonna come soon right after. Nate muna na ang nauna dito. That's gonna be big damage dito sa B-side, but can he defend water? Yes, he can. Dexter gonna go down. Dalawang low para dito sa side ng OG, and Zaibu is not anywhere near the site at all. Magsasave lang siya na AK-47 dito, but that would have been a great attempt. A good attempt even. Galing dito kay Zaibu. So many low players, but instead he's gonna opt in for the save.
No risk dahil siya lang yung nag-iisang may rifle ngayon into the next round. No money on Vitality because of a very aggressive buy this time around. And they needed this round kasi they are starting to chip away their money, trying to risk itong pang paglaban against speed control na ginagawa na naman ni Nexa and everybody else on OG. No lurk presence again. Fiku has already did his job like 2 rounds in a row kanina. And now he is pushing with his team, executing onto Banana. Another person that you can help sa pang-trade na nagiging successful for OG. And we also talked about Flames being one of the better entry fraggers na meron ng OG ngayon. He's been doing well so far in the World Final. And he's definitely being a big factor into how they're getting this lead ngayon against Vitality.
Thinking long and hard in this downtime. Dapat talaga pag-isipan ng Vitality. What do they want to do to close this one out as fast as possible? But OG is giving them a tough time dito sa ating game. It's just a back and forth between yung dalawang teams natin dito. For the past 3 rounds, Vitality looking to answer back dito sa next, pero hindi naman ganun kataas ang kanilang pera dito. So it's gonna be entirely reliant either dito kay Zaiwu getting a highlight play gamit ang kanyang AK-47 or another person with a big buy. Makahanap ng napakadaming kills dito, pero that's gonna be quite a tough ask, especially OG always changing their pace pagdating dito sa kanila mga push. You don't know if they're gonna do it fast, you don't know if they're gonna do it in terms of their default. So mahirap talaga to para sa Vitality if they just want to break away dito sa first half. Kasi I mean, second half, that's gonna be Vitality with a big advantage. Yun nga, T-side nila dito, it's pretty good once they get it started.
Have to start it though. Now, init si Zaiwu. Give him a chance to shine. Lalo siyang iinit. Magisk again, being that supportive fragger, who is willing to put himself at risk para ma-set up agad tong si Zaiwu. But you can see the future of Fiku, man. I mean, this young kid, he's doing his job pretty well on a few of those attempts na para ma-catch off at least one of these players before they can go on a big execute again. Not the perfect fragger you would say for Fiku, pero somebody that can get the job done so far para sa OG. Aggressiveness then for Flames under the helm of Nexa, who has been so far one of those IGLs that can frag really well. Pretty evenly towards anybody who can frag out as well. So OG have a very stellar comp so far sa World Final. And against Vitality, it's like a balance that you can approach with galing dito sa next bracket natin. I wonder how Dexter is doing after his 60 bomb yesterday.
Yeah. He was just like, it's another day in the office, I guess.
Was that 60 or 70?
I think umabot ng 70 yata. I mean, Dexter did pop off in that last one.
Let me check.
So I do expect him to do the same. OG, always that team na naisip mo na every time they go into a tournament, they either go last or they make a really deep run. And yun ang gusto ko dito sa team na to, not gonna lie. The 50-50.
He had 70 yesterday. Apart
big
70 tapos 46 deaths. So he had a KD diff of 24. God. 1.26 rating yesterday. And yung pinakamalapit is Config, about 69 kills.
Ooh, nice.
The only positive player nung laban nila sa Heroic yesterday, which again speaks to his self-sufficiency, pero still huge difference sa playstyle niya with Stown.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting is actually as well though. So both of these teams are not really playing for tournament lives. They should not kasi upper final nga sila. So whoever loses this is gonna go into the quarterfinal. And whoever
Seeding
wins,
lang pala.
Seeding lang pala yung hanap natin dito. But seeding could really make a difference here, man. You're gonna be up against G2 pag hindi ka pag di ka nanalo dito, which neither team wants at the moment, especially G2. Yung form nila dun sa kanilang group stage, with the exception of the with the exception of yung FaZe series, they just looked good the entire time. So I would expect some good things galing naman dito sa G2. Hopefully soon. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let's make the roster worth it, man.
Yeah. I think Monacy is having like in-game puberty. Maturing every single game. So lalo na dito sa World Final where now, not only consistency yung pinapasok niya, not only above average utility usage, kasi yun yung isa mga naging notes about other analysts tungkol sa kanya na not only is he a good fragger, but he also knows how to use his smokes and flashes well for his team. But the fact that he's also going above and beyond compared to other uppers this tournament, other than maybe Simple, maybe Dexter, when you can have an argument about that, it's showing that he's as time goes on, yung G2, while Monacy is maturing, G2 is maturing. Even Hooksy is pulling off frags that you can expect out of him. And alam mo naman si Hooksy. Giga Chad. Kamukha nga ni Sheldon. You see yung Sheldon tong si Figo. Siguro if Sheldon went on a different path other than being a scientist, siguro pag naging siya, pro player, pwede. Now, still in the tech pause. Guys, just to remind everybody, this is the world final for Blast Premier live on Focus Fire Gaming. Big thank you nga pala sa ating mga loyal Filipino viewers natin na nag-enjoy lang ng Counter-Strike dito. It's best of 3 between Vitality versus OG. Such a good start para sa ating OG squad. Vitality, still hot but they still need to trail against OG ngayon. In all honesty, I could still see them succeeding to trail up on. Na pwedeng habulan, pwedeng labanan kahit ganito yung naging landscape ng laban.
Mm-hmm. And tech pause is gonna keep going. So we're just gonna wait for the squads to figure it out, whatever is wrong. Dito sa ating best of 3. Buti na lang, it's PC crash. Okay. Tamang restart lang tayo ng PC. And we will be back underway. 6-5 on Inferno. Kind of like the break-even point between the dalawang teams natin dito. If OG wins tong round na to, then they have the opportunity to close it out 10-5 with an easier route. Pero pag nanalo yung Vitality dito, they're gonna have to face another gun buy, and then they will find out from there. So, little bit of cut siguro ng tension between yung dalawang teams natin dito. No? Neither one wants to cool down, I guess, while they're taking a break.
Do you know that Reckless is coming back?
So just a CS stream. So this is a Valve stream, sir. If you don't know.
Okay, so far it's been a pretty good run for OG. It's an unexpected run so far with how they've been performing. It's to note then you see the constant improving performance then from both Flames and Dexter, where Dexter has become like a monster, but he's not a monster in the sense that he's aggressive as an upper, but he's good at shaping situations to make them over aggress.
That's true. That's true. God damn, this PC is needs an SSD.
All
Or
chat
something,
SSD.
All chat SSD. Yun na ilalabas.
Uy.
Oh,
Oh.
Sipon
Hindi na yan
Gamers.
tech pos.
Oh, yun lang.
Hindi na yan
Baka Vix
technical
yan.
issue.
That young vapor rub stick.
Hand warmer sa loob ng ilong.
Plus 10 ano yan? Plus 10 aim. Plus 10, wala na yung sakit na ulo mo.
May RGB sa loob ng ilong.
True. To be fair, you know, if you do have a headache and you have to play a LAN, that's one way to do so. Just stick that in your nose, then pretty much sorted for the rest of the tournament. Pero yun na nga, 6-5 is going to be the score. OG with the lead in terms of the score. And in terms of the economy dito, Vitality is the opposite. AK-47 para dito kay Zywood. They just decide to save, give them the 7-5 possibly. Depends what's gonna happen though.
Yeah. I mean, this banana control could be volatile ngayon. Off this quick reset, I think Vitality could have a little bit more time para makapag-revitalize, re-strategize, think about how they can control tong app's position kasama si Flames. Pero Stiku nandito kasama siya. Dupree with the shot, kaso Flames bilis sa pagkuha ng trade dito, 1-for-1. Pero good damage done dito kay Flames. Will make him a bit more slow into taking that entry. But what about this crunch on towards A? Only Magus to try to set up dahil doon sa triple stack na ginawa nila doon sa B. Vitality could be lost in the sauce kapag nag-push, nag-execute ang OG. But they're also hesitating dahil Magus as a pit player is pretty deadly.
Yep. One of the big threats dito sa offense ng OG. That pit position is super powerful. Pero Zaibu hunting for blood dito sa may mid-side natin. And I like it. Nexa is gonna go down. That's gonna sandwich itong mga players dito sa second mid in a really bad spot. And they're gonna have to fight their way out of it or feel like they have to fight their way out of it. Pero mag-reposition lang si Spinks dito with the MP9 going the second mid route. I like it. Galing sa kanya, to be fair. Keeping the close quarters battles in the buildings. Pero si Magis does eat a nade. Pero si Dexter ready and waiting para dito kay Zaiwu. All the way in banana at first. Does get it on si Zaiwu who was actually fully blind. Pero Magisk gets one with the P250. Kailangan niya yata mag-cross dito to get that AK-47. Pero iba yata yung hanap dito ni Magisk. 78 para dito kay Dexter. Oh, di nakita si Dexter. Oh, or no. Yun lang. Spinks nakuha si Neofrag. But the 4x3 curse, man. Di niya nakita si Dexter sa gilid.
No. 4x3 curse, right-hand model. Possibly could be a combination of both. Man, if he actually could have seen him, he would have had a solid shot going for this. Quick shot though from Dexter, man. This guy, he thought that the pit player would be Magus, but actually Dexter who held it on pretty quickly dahil dun sa flank na ginawa ni Spinks. By the point where Zaiwu found Fiku doon sa may underpass, I feel like he would have had that info since doon pa lang sa apartments, they would have known that there at least is a player around pit. And if napatay din si Fiku doon, then there's that hidden intuition na maybe there's too many people around P. Dupree though, at least a good trade dito. Nakuha agad yung AK in exchange for Flames. While Magus, perfect spray dito kay Nex at Fiku. Vitality again getting 3 Bs and again yet another para sa Pasko nila. 1v4. Dexter na naman, who was popping off from the previous round, pero double swing, perfectly timed, triple kill galing kay Magus, getting them 7-round wins. Very clean.
Very clean indeed. And there it is. I mean, Vitality playing that one to perfection. Despite yung limited resources that they had, you know, they still got the execute through. Did do some damage dun sa last round natin. Now is being felt in the next round right after. Parang pattern na nakikita natin for Vitality at the earlier stages of the game. But now it is working out in their favor. Ngayon, OG naman ang nagsistruggle dito sa ating game. Blocks everywhere. Dexter with the AK gonna try to replicate yung ginawa ni Zaibu kanina. Spinks can finish the spray. 7-6 can turn into 7-7 real quick. OG might lose whatever lead that they created dito sa half na to. And even si Nexa is gonna fall dito sa granada ni Dupree. And pure oppression lang galing dito sa Vitality in that initial banana take. And after that, it's pure silence dito sa B-side.
That's the A4 difference. Compared to the A1S, that's 20 bullets from the A1S. Spinks would not have gotten that second frag. It's the 30 bullets that actually saved them to get that double swing. Para makuha yung hearts ng OG before they can even push on palabas ng banana. I like that they doubled down on it with using Apex's contact. Spinks again with an A4. Quick spray transfer. An OG. Tamang hanap na lang ng plan B. Which is A site na pwede nilang kunin. Kaso, nandito yung duo. Si Zaiwu tsaka si Magisk. Waiting for the mid-top push out from OG ngayon. Using each other as contact. Playing off of each other's backs. But Magisk again on the pit.
Ooh.
Quick and easy double kill. To end it off into 7-7, equalizing against OG. Vitality have revitalized. Dito sa matchup natin.
Yep, and I think what OG is gonna go for here is to at least go for 8 and 7 and just finish it off dito sa kanilang CT side, but that's gonna be easier said than done. Rifles everywhere para dito sa side, and now Vitality. Apex probably has one dropped on the ground, and that's gonna be 5 strong. No op to be found para dito sa Vitality. I don't think they need it. OG does not have one as well, so it is gonna be pure rifling for both sides. Especially itong si Dexter and si Zaiwun. They've been dueling a lot gamit lang ang mga rifles dito. We're probably gonna see much more of it as they try to get control dito sa may banana area. Neofrag on his own might have to back off. Medyo may war of attrition na nangyayari dito sa may banana area natin.
Tama exchange lang ng pakiramdaman dito sa may banana control. Flash out, but Apex seemingly selling yung soul nitong si Spinks to the devil. Dalawang spray galing kay Neofrag palabas dito sa banana. Again, controlling yung B site for OG. Going back to their usual fast push dito sa B site. Spray galing kay Dupree that does ultimately give a lot of damage dito kay Neofrag. Won't net to anything just yet. The plant comes through para sa OG. It's a 3 versus 5 doable if Vitality want to risk this, especially since last round of the half din naman to. Dupree now making as much noise as possible dun sa church habang si Zaiwu naghihintay. Alabas ng smoke agad for OG to maybe cut off ang pag-push dito palabas sa CT, but they are well aware of this. Double stack dito. Galing kay Dupree and Majest. Neofrag is gone right after yung paggamit ng nade galing kay Zaiwu, but Flames on top. Everything dito kay Zaiwu. 1 versus 4. Dexter finding Dupree. Magisk nahanap agad itong si Nexa before he can even things up. It's an 8-7. OG, a very comfortable push doon, but a very close first half para sa both squads na to.
Yep, well played na naman galing dito kay Flames. 13 and 12 dito sa ating game. T-side entries by him was pretty good. I mean, the only time na natatalo lang talaga dito yung OG is when Flames gets caught out super early dito sa ating game, and then the rest of the squad cannot go in when Figo cannot do the emergency entry para sa kanya team. You know, that's lost cause para dito sa OG, but 8-7 still. Dito naman sa ating Inferno side, Vitality definitely gonna do some damage naman dito sa kanilang T side, so let's not underestimate the squad that's down by 1. Pero ayun nga, OG did such a good job dito sa kanilang first half. After such a huge lead galing dito sa Vitality created, they claw their way back to at least make it an equal half para sa kanila dito. And yeah, if they can cap it off dito sa map number 1, then that's gonna be, you know, Inferno from Vitality of all things. Taken galing dito sa OG and have the opportunity para sa map number 2 to get itong Mirage, which is a pick dito ng Vitality, pero alam yata ng Vitality that OG is gonna prioritize itong Inferno for the first map, and they're gonna welcome that decision any day.
Kasi dito din nagkaroon ng first impression na malakas ang OG. Ang open up against Vitality now. Knowing kung ano yung mawala, if mawala dito yung panalo sa first game. They have to play against a very difficult Mirage against Zaiwu and everybody else on Vitality. Kung ang daming strats sa strat book itong si Majestic tsaka ni Dupree, ano pa kaya pagdating dito sa Mirage? Ano pa kaya ang ilalabas ni Zaiwu once you give him Mirage? For now though, OG have to focus. Focus on kung ano yung nasa harap niya. Iwan mo lahat, pati pamilya. Tingnan mo yung Inferno mo. You are in a lead, pero iisa lang naman yung nagiging lead mo against Vitality. You can try to get this first pistol round, then mahihirapan ng Vitality at lalong-lalo kang magkakaroon ng malaking tsansa against Vitality.
Yep. And everything is at a standstill at the end of the half. Vitality gonna have quite the eventful T side, that's for sure. Itong OG gonna be looking to put that Dexter up to use immediately, my friend. Kasi yun talaga yung nagpapapanalo sa kanilang city sides dito. When Dexter has those pop-off moments, then ayun na nga, OG, a lot more space to work with. Flames start to activate. Yung mga ibang players, they start to activate as well. So they need that initial presence from their upper. Let's see if it works, man.
Apex chilling with 1 kill all throughout this first half. Struggling to even get a bit fixed, pero you see more of his impact out of the scoreboard and out into how he influences yung team niya, into playing yung strats na ginagawa. Yung sinashape up nitong si Apex. This time though, it's the swap of sides para sa OG at Vitality. For now, the latter, sila naman yung magti-T side. Saw a bit of damage dealt onto Fiku. Same place pero nag-swap din ng locations kung saan nanggaling yung damage na yon. So it's B being a bit of that presence known from Vitality yet again. Exchange of the flashes yet para dito sa front squad natin, pero for OG, it's the stack onto B that actually finds Zaibu here. The Wonder Child gone. They rotate on down to A. That's the initial info na since doon sila magpupush, A must be open, but Fico is here. Nandito sa apartments at biglang bumalik dahil dun sa whiff shots. Tinatakbuhan, hinahabol agad ng Vitality, pero with the amount of time that they're wasting, nandito na agad ng OG. Magisk with a bit of shots dito kay Flames, pero Dexter able to trade it all off. Spinks whiffing the shots papunta dito sa tatlong players ng OG. Enough time para makuha yung bomb, pero nandito na ang OG.
Oh, Neofrag around the corner. Oh, does get taken down by Dupree. May lumilipad na Fiku. Does get itong si Dupree. Oh my God, Dexter. Nakuha na rin si Apex. Spinks, final person left alive para sa kanyang team. It is a full 10-second defuse. He's gonna have to fight the pit guy first, and then the guy defusing the bomb around the corner does get it!
Oh my God!
At the end, at the very last second. 0.16 to be exact, my friend. And Spinks counting his luck. Counting his goddamn luck dun sa round na yun, that is for sure. We gotta see how close this is. Slow-mo that.
Stops
Boom.
right here. 0.12.
Ooh.
God damn, Spinks. Okay. Since he already found the pit player, then he could just run on in. The fact that they got isolated dahil dun sa impact ni Magis din. Goodness. Picking it all up from Spinks here too. Again, has been stellar sa performance niya dito sa World Final. And Apex, second on the board ngayon.
Damn.
Long overdue. But at least,
that's-
di ba, nandito yung impact.
Now that's how you influence a team. Drop your second kill of the entire game. There it is. Magisk gonna get on with the Mac 10. Nexo with a 5-7. What can he do, brother? It's 3v3. SMGs are not anywhere near sa kanyang kamay dito. Zaibu looking for the plant eats the site. He's gonna plant all the way at the back para safe. Spinks. Let's get itong si Nexa, but will he get the second one? No, he won't. Fiku could be 17. And I think that's gonna be a piece out. Guiding these side the OG. They want to keep these Ds. They want to keep the armor. And Vitality is gonna keep the round 8-9. Man, off of the skin of their teeth, galing sa pistol round. Now they just run over itong A site.
Yeah. Quick push pa lang dun sa mid-top. Trying to get that A-long position, man. It was a Mac 10 that actually got Apex's second kill. But that second kill, influential. Why? Because it actually opened up A for them. Pit player not even a factor into this. As it sounds, parang ang Vitality. Even though he got Apex low on 2 kills, he can swing the tides pa rin. as he is impactful. You make him the entry, then you can play off of him. He can be used as a human flash of sorts. Na nakikita natin all throughout Profano, right? Don't have that much utility, then make yourself the utility. Ang ginagawa ngayon ni Apex. Again, pistols across the board for OG this time around. Double stack dito sa B, but I mean Apex, he just wants to go in. He doesn't want to give anything. Wala siyang pakialam, kumbaga.
Yep, the man has nothing to lose other than a Mac 10. And he does lose it immediately. Pero nakuha nga nila ang frag dito. Papunta kay Magisk. Does get one on the board. Meron pa namang isang tao dito sa site. And that man is going to be Nexa. 45 HP and a dream with the P250. Pero nandito na ang respect ng OG Esports. Kaya ba nilang in-event itong side with the limited weaponry? May nakaakit na dito sa mga... sa mga damo. Pero what is gonna go on dito sa east side? Is Zaibu gonna check yung flower pot dito? Is he gonna check the boost? No, he won't. He's just gonna mosey on in dito sa ating side. And Dexter gonna decide to not shoot. Instead, it is gonna be Spinks with the pre-fire. Grabe naman yun, Zaibu. It was all a bait this entire time. Played this man's brain and ankles. Broken both of them. Grabe naman yun.
Akala niya hindi niya alam. Pero alam niya talaga yun. Man. I think he just let him pass. Tapos, Spinks just played that against, like, OG before that he can do anything. Akala niya safe siya dun sa angle.
Feeling ko that's just one of those things na... Yeah, I know Zaibu cross, but let's pre-fire the corner just in case.
Yeah. It was like, sige, try lang natin. Oh, may tao pala. You hit 0 shots. Okay. You hit.
You don't hit.
You don't hit.
You don't hit. Oh, you don't hit.
Okay. There you go. You don't hit 100% of the shots you don't take.
Ano daw?
Huh? Wait.
What?
Oh, ba yun? You don't hit what?
You
don't
could,
hit 100%. What? You hit 0 of the
You
shots
miss
you don't
100% of the shots you don't
God.
take. There it is, right there. You miss 100% of the shots. There it is. 8 to 10 though. Near frag. Taking what we said to heart, literally spamming through the smoke. Pero wala siya nakikita ng XP so far. Magisk. Minor B control. A site looking a bit vulnerable para dito sa side ng OG, but as soon as they get the pick, this is gonna be A-okay para sa side nila to just split the map in half. Pero 1 minute na lang natitira. Banana is kind of open, so they're gonna try to see if they can get some control back. Pero nandito pa nga si Zaibu getting that easy double kill. Pero Pico, how are you alive in this entire ordeal, my friend Dexter? Nakuha si Spinks. But that's all that he is gonna get. B-side's gonna be wide open into pre. The T-side nga ng Vitality yung sinasabi ko, this is gonna be a difficult one to figure out, especially pagdating sa Inferno. They know how to play the perfect pace. And it is 8 to 11 para dito sa Vitality. 22 frags para dito kay Magisk. Always a performer dito sa Inferno. Zaibu not too far behind with 20.
It's a amount of mollies that time sa pag-hold ng Banana. It's a amount of resistance. Dahil doon sa short range angle, I think they were just playing off of the contact na pwedeng ilabas nitong si Kikuchas Neo Frag. Didn't really work out. Flash would have been perfect if actually connected the shot, but Zaiwu, naglaro na siya agad ng anti-flash before pa magamit yung swing. So, just prepared for it. Short range angle this time. Set up na ginawa ni Zaiwu dito. Yung double swing, actually for Newfrag and Flamezu, hindi talaga nag-work for OG. And it's okay that they would save up next dahil dito sa timeout, magmamatter yung how they will play dito sa aggressive B-take ng Vitality that can happen again in the next round? Or will it be a crippling, slow-paced push para dito sa Vitality? I think yun yung nakakatakot sa kanila, yung flexibility nila. Playing both styles to perfection. You got people like Spinks and Magis that can facilitate yung ganong tempo na gusto mo.
Ayan na. You're gonna see out of nowhere, out of the corner of your eye, a random dude with a red shirt. There he is. Si Dexter pala yun. He's here to help. The man, the myth, the legend from Mouse. The man who made Mouse.
He is Mouse.
He is Mouse. Yeah, that's true right now. It's kind of like OG, no? This is what I like to reference palagi. Like, OG is just Mouse. Pero, a bit older siguro. With Flames and Dexter. Dexter's pretty up there in terms of the age bracket. Pero itong si Piku, Neofrag, and si Flames, pretty young. So they're kind of built the same, but different at the same time. So that's very interesting. 1 minute and 15 though. 8 pistols lang meron ng OG dito. So unless Dexter gets a crazy highlight play dito sa A, it's not much of a possibility para sa kanila.
I think he has shown something like that when they played on Anubis. Ngayon, he has to clutch up big again while he's on an island sa A site. 4 of his players stacked up dun sa B. Dupree is not even moving an inch. It's a possibility of somebody pushing outside of that second mid, but hold on. Actually around Banana where Mad is now initiating yung fight. Pushing out of the smoke as well and spot out yung small players outside of the smoke, but he uses it with a contact. Flames and Peak will go on their word. Missed the shot from Dexter, giving away enough time and space, but eventually lands the shot dun sa shoulder ni Zaiwu. Spinks and Dupree
big kill.
agad dun sa A. Big kill though, because that's the AWP, but they can still make this work. Even finding Flames ngayon, doable, lalo na dalawang napatay dito sa OG, and this is possible.
Yep, definitely possible. Dupree with a big push dito sa mid to confirm that there is no early mid push from the two members dito ng OG. Halfway already down ticking ang oras dito sa bomba. Flash lalabas galing dito kay Fiku. Spinks is not blind at all in the perfect position dito sa my pit side. That's gonna cause a crossfire between him and Dupree. That's gonna be a failed spray, pero kailangan niya lang dito i-defuse or ipatay ang diffuser, and there it is. Neofrag gets the frag at the end, pero Dupree, what matters is the bomb explodes. Para dito sa T-side, pare, 8-12. Well played. Galing dito sa side ng Vitality. Despite the numbers not adding up para sa kanilang dito sa situation, that kill dito kay Dexter just really sealed the deal. Made it entirely possible para dito sa Vitality to make this happen.
That was them only being 2 players lang para sa Vitality against 4 or 5 people. Quickly isolating agad after makuha si Dexter. Again, that mid-info. Crucial. Kasi dun din nila makakalculate yung timings. Yung pagpasok, yung pagbalik ng OG into the A site push again. So, Dupree in the perfect spot too. He already counted yung pag-push doon sa library before he can go back to the diffuser. Great setup for Vitality, even winning out that 2 versus 5 man. Again, going back to the reliable B push para dito sa Vitality. Apex pushing into the smoke, into the loving arms of Neofrag. First blood galing dito sa Vitality. Molly's out, due diligence na nilalabas ni Piku na perfectly nahanap agad si Magis, pero Dupree able to trade it all off. 2 for 1, OG give up the site. Retake ba mangyayari dito sa OG? No, they save every gun that they have in their pocket so far. That Vitality just free plant.
Yep. I can't wait for Anubis to be, you know, a mainstay map so the save meta can stop. But at the same time, you're gonna have to play, you know, the long con, especially pag kalaban mo yung Vitality dito. And that they play that one so well, but they have so much talented players at the same time dito sa kanilang team that they don't really need to do it too much. And Vitality looking for more, looking for any players overextending next. He's gonna find itong si Apex and just gonna get away. But still, ayun nga, a 4v3 without a retake, no nades whatsoever. Meron silang nades. It was definitely possible. Gusto lang nila maging sure dito sa next round, but 13 to be a brutal score para dito sa side ng OG, pero Apex just running through the smoke. No F's given at all.
That's what we always do this.
No care in the world sa pagpasok na dito. And this was a crucial buy run.
That was his 3rd kill.
I know, right?
And ang Impact Gamers.
He's playing like he has 15 kills.
Yep. Playing like he's Yakindar, basically. Itong si Apex permanently Kinder mode.
Nasa kanya yung inconsistency ni Yekindar and yung confidence ni Yekindar.
True. He was the OG. He's the OG like entry guy para dito sa the entire French scene. The guy was number 15th best player at one time in the world, and imagine this man is a major winner as well. Apex has a lot under his belt, but kills are not one of them, that's for sure.
Yes, 3. To be fair. But not enough, maybe? Ooh, shot from Dexter. Usually, it amount to much dahil sa flash na nilabas ng Vitality. Back into the push onto Banana again. Trying to force Neofrag in a very uncomfortable spot. Great flash from Magisk. And another kill into the boot for Apex. Make it 4 kills ngayon into the second half. Iku now trying to hold his ground all alone against 5 people from Vitality. Good shot into Apex and Dupree make it onto Zaiwu as well. And Vitality losing off the back of this perfect shot from Fiku and Dexter. And good lord, the solo hold, the perfect shots, M4, A4 being the meta this time against Vitality. You cannot hold for a better weapon whatsoever.
There it is, man. 3K, dead accurate Fiku. My boy, young Sheldon is dead accurate, my friend. Grabe talaga. This kid has been on and off, but that was an important round para dito sa side ng OG Esports. They needed to bring that one back before Vitality can get into 14. Paano maging competitive pa lang these next few rounds before Vitality can fight for that 14? But are they gonna make it? Maybe they will. Dupree! Big entry. Wasn't even supposed to be the entry para sa kanyang team, pero grabe naman Fiku. Part 2 on that 3K. Wants to make it. Another highlight plays para sa kanya dito. Magisk dito sa Banana is gonna clear that out. Galing dito kay Neofrag, and Dexter's gonna be gone. So it's gonna be another clutch attempt galing dito kay Fiku. Why not, brother? You have so much cash. But I think he's just gonna save itong AK-47 niya unless he is somewhat brave. Oh, does get itong si Spinks. That's a huge shot. If he gets itong si Dupree, this could be game over. Does have the Molotov. Spots him jumping.
No.
Dupree is down. Magisk medyo malayo dito sa short, pero short din ang kanyang molly dito. Nilabas ang smoke and Magisk gets it at the end. If that molly was a bit deeper, nako, that would have been a possible defuse para dito sa side ng OG. Medyo kinabahan yung Vitality doon, but at the end of the day, it is still theirs.
That was a clutch in the making para dito kay Fiku. And it was a beautiful sequel sana sa previous engagement, yung previous performance na nakita niya sa last round, pero hindi pa naging happy ending kasi Magisk just too quick on the swing here. And if that molly actually hit where Magisk was gonna swing, then that would have been it for him. That would have been the ace clutch of his
would have
lifetime.
landed differently. Tapos making basa na yung situation in its entirety, man.
Tama.
Sayang yun para kay Fiku, not gonna lie. That would have been a crazy back-to-back. And that would have bolstered yung confidence dito ng OG.
Doesn't mean their confidence is entirely lost though. So they still have one more buy to work with dito. Lose this round, they're gonna be forced into pistols. So match point ng Vitality.
Yep. But Magisk doing the exact same thing na ginawa niya in that last round, waiting for any overextenders dito sa B site. Instead, A site is gonna be the target, and they want to cut off ang library. They want to cut off ang artist side. OG, how are you gonna react to this? They need to spray through that library to at least try and get some damage going. Pero yun na nga po ang pasok na mga players dito ng Vitality, pero hindi nila na-clear agad. Dito si Nexa sa may mini pit. Spinks taking his time dito sa may apartment side, pero tignan mo naman si Magisk that entire time. He was just scrolling for that B control. And umaalis na nga si Zaiwu dito. Neofrag hears that 100%. So making careful na si Neofrag dito. He knows that they started running it on B site. So there must be one person here. Making careful talaga.
Oh.
Ang OG situation na to. 24 seconds left on the shot clock. But Magisk, can you make it count, my friend? And yun lang, si Dexter does spot him out super early. Wala na silang pang smoke. Actually, they do have one smoke. But Apex needs to live in this one. Big swing galing dito kay Spinks. Can he get any more? 96 tag through the smoke. Fiku, di pa nga nakita. This is not the best angle. Low silang dalawa dito. Very, very
man.
spammable to say the least. Nexa can get both here. Apex though with a
No!
big shot dito kay
Whoa!
Nexa. All the sudden, the possibility is real para dito sa Vitality and they just decide to concede itong site. Will this be the mind games para dito sa OG?
No.
They're just gonna let them defuse, man. But Vitality cutting a lot of the costs para dito sa OG, pare. But they knew that it was a lost cause. 4 HP and 3 HP para dito kay Apex. Rather to save yung rifles. But Nexa with a big play dito sa may minipit, pare. Getting the 2K Dexter with a clutch kill dito kay Magis. That would have won them the round if makuha ni Magis yung dalawa na yun.
Yeah. Game changer. Sobra agad para sa OG. Yung pagkuha ng 2 kills na to para kay Nexa. You wouldn't use a molly. Either way, dun sa mini pit, you usually use it on pit anyway. I think the plan there was just to push onto library door. Siguro yung crunch talaga was over towards B anyway. But it didn't really work out. That would have been another avenue sana para dito sa Vitality. And again, it goes back to yung pressure point para dito sa OG where that was their last buy round. They lost that, then they basically just lost the map against Vitality, so they needed something, anything out of this last buy round. Buti na lang nag-deliver si Nexa, but he can't do that every round. So about to hold on to A. Perfect job. Great para ma-secure nila yung kanilang 10th round win. Double digits finally against Vitality, but again, the tri-stack to B. It hasn't been working out so far. Para dito kay Diafrag, stack kasama si Flames, who hasn't been the one who's using that forward position. I've always been Diafrag, pero I feel like as long as they keep this going para dito sa Vitality, then B has always been that open option for them.
Ayun, 1 minute left on the clock. And dami pa namang oras para dito sa side ng Vitality para makakuha sila ng kahit ano. Any opening, any entries, 3-stack dito sa A. So that's gonna be a bit of a problem if hindi na makuha dito si Nexa from the pit side. So they know where Nexa is. Just have to execute it right. And nade stack. Papunta dito kay Apex. Maybe there is gonna be a execute ongoing dito sa site. But Flames can really stop it single-handedly, no? Napakalapit na dito sa smoke. So ibig sabihin yan, meron siyang opportunity para makagulat ng isa dito. Possibly a second one. 2 players on towards the mid side. Pero waterfall pala mangyayari dito. Pero merong naka-silence M4 dito sa may pit. Walang nag-check. Flames is gonna get itong si Apex as well. Nexa playing the pit side to perfection. Hindi siya nahanap dito at all. And 11-14, OG win another one. Vitality look a bit shaken after yung round na to.
More default than expected from Vitality ngayon, where they looked towards getting out of apps. Thought it was a graveyard angle, or at least dun sa site nag-hold itong Pico and the rest of the squad. But Nexa, impactful now with his low angle, a very off angle na makapag-contest against Vitality paglabas pa lang ng apps. A waterfall crashing, but not on OG, pero para dito sa Vitality. Again, 11 rounds para sa OG ngayon. Bigyan ng isa pa, pwedeng ma-force out agad yung 13 later. Especially since eto na yung magiging eco round. For majority of the players for Vitality, nag-iisang hero buy para kay Magisk. Relying on him to get that entry ongoing dito sa B site. Nag-push agad si Neofrag, but Fiku too quick to get the trade na neutralize nila yung nag-iisang may AK. And that's good enough.
Yup, match is out of the picture already. It's around the top, but they're gonna try to at least salvage itong AK, though maybe Apex wants to toss it to another teammate. And I think it's gonna be Spinks. And Spinks attempting to go for play dito sa B-site naman. They're trying to bait them into peeking dito sa may banana area, but it's not working. OG is not gonna fall for that at all unless Fiku is gonna start to fidget dito sa may barrel area natin. But no, he's gonna rotate out. Patience galing dito sa side na OG might pay off if they do get the right guess dito sa execute ng Vitality.
Okay. Let's wait for the smoke to dissipate. Pasok agad yung Vitality. You still have to consider about the pistols that they still have. And since nawala na agad yung mga rifles, they could just pick one off. Since nahanap din sa Neofrag kanina, wala dito yung initiation for OG to actually take one of the rifles away from Vitality. Even though they gave away itong si Magis, they give themselves another rifle to work with. Dito sa push nila, walang smokes. Sila na lang yung utility. Dupree being entry, not amounting to much. And a double out from Flames as Spinks finds Apex. That's a little weird. But ultimately will be another out for OG.
12 and 14, OG. Kind of planted itong Vitality sa 14. I mean, di na nakagalaw yung Vitality dito. They had a huge streak ingoing. Leads the second half, getting the first 6 rounds. But then, OG starting to fight back. Dito sa ating game. Lead is not too far. 2-4. They have 2 timeouts para dito sa side ng Vitality. So they have plenty of time to think about kung anong gusto nilang gawin dito sa Inferno. They need to cap it out at least to make Mirage an easier time para sa kanila dito. OG, of course, not a stranger to Mirage. So I would expect them to have a really good fight in that second map. Win rate's not looking good though para dito sa OG. They've been losing in this map a lot and to lesser teams kaysa dito sa Vitality, of course. So OG, I think they know na they need to win this map because Mirage is gonna be like 10 times harder.
Yeah. Kung hirap sila ngayon, ano pa kaya mamaya pagdating natin sa Mirage. Vitality though. Hirap sila makapag-close out against OG. I think it's just because of that. Banana secure. Very aggressive pushes again from Magis. It's kind of costing them ultimately. Kaya I'm looking at somebody like Spinks to step up a bit. Now that Magis is kind of parang nanlalamig bigla. Ngayon against OG. Kind of too early to tell if ultimately he will lose impact. Pero so far, Spinks is around that apps position. Maybe trying to secure that push on the split on A. Kaso, Vitality taking this very calm, collectively letting itong si Flames gamitin lahat ng utility niya. Smoke to try to at least limit that vision. They will force it onto him, pero no, they're just gonna make them indecisive. Hindi nga sila mag-control. It's Dupree again, entry on in. Nexa, pit player. He finds Dupree here, even though he gets smoked off. Flames as well as Nexa holding down the line para sa OG. Even pushing it to 13. It's a botched attempt from Vitality. Their slow-paced tempo costing them dito sa round na to.
Yep, OG. This is not the OG that they expected, that's for sure. Itong Vitality, they're a lot more of a headache than usual siguro, especially itong si Nexa. Defending from the pit side the entire time, just ready and waiting for anyone to cross his crosshairs. And 13 to 14, OG nakahabol na nga dito sa ating game. And it's gonna be interesting to see kung paano sasagot yung Vitality dito. They have Tech 9s, they have the Eagles, so they're looking for the 14-14 instead. They will fight there. Pero, you know, they can do some tricks with this league, so I would not doubt na kaya nilang gawin to.
They can. Sometimes 4 digs is enough to overwhelm 180. That is if they take the shot. Dexter, though, right shot into Zaiwu. Best person to even capitalize on. Nexa exploding from the native Apex makes it 6 kills. Very late into this game, but Flames, he's not only on fire, OGR as well. Sa sobrang demonyo yung pagka-hold nila dito sa may A site. Hindi sila makapasok. And they should consider that for the next round for Vitality.
Yeah, pero 14-14, Vitality stretching the scoreboard to its maximum. Meron silang pambili this round. No op to be found at all. Dexter is gonna be the threat. May pambay na ang OG until the very, very end of regulation. So they're pretty much good in terms of the weapon. Hindi kailangan nila ng execution at this point. Nades, everything is gonna be stacked dito sa B-side. That's gonna be Zaiwu running in. Pero ready na ready si Neofrag dito for that rush. And Apex trying to see if he can get some scraps dun sa fight na yun, pero wala sila makikita dito. Vitality instantly 2 players down, and those are the 2 hottest players para sa team mo. Zaiwu and Magisk already out of the picture, but still Dupree can maybe make something happen dito sa side. They need to find Flames, they need to find itong si Nexa before he can escape dito sa may pit side, but Dupree, seems like Nexa does not need to escape. Spinks, nakuha na nga si Nexa dito. Neofrag wrapping around dito sa likod. And is he gonna see itong si Neofrag? Not gonna spot him out. And yun na, nakita yung balikan niya dito. And he's gonna get picked out. Spinks is gonna get Flames. Pero hindi niya makikita si Neofrag. Big 2 rounds galing dito kay Neofrag. Single-handedly stopping ang offense dito ng Vitality.
Finally, nag-work out na agad yung Flames and Neofrag combo. Sa pagpasok nitong Vitality, they were running into Neofrag. Every single time they go for the banana control, it's always been the constant force of Neofrag na kanina pa nagiging threat. Ngayon lang, umepekto yung pag-hold nila doon. And ultimately, will lead them to pag-rotate doon sa may A site. Then becomes a non-factor para sa Vitality ngayon. And that was one of their stabler buys. This time, only rifles for 4 players, and half of them are Galils. Not the most stable of sorts. Against OG with a stable buy. Kakasabi mo kanina, they have a lot to work with at the end of regulation. But this could be the end for Vitality into Inferno dahil dun sa first blood. Second, third para kay Neofrag. And those were the most important players on their side. But what about Spinks and Dupree? Seemingly walking into death. Kung ipo-force nila yung pag-push dito sa banana, it's only a matter of time.
Might just be game over para dito sa Vitality unless Spinks and Dupree can pull a miracle out of nowhere to cause this one to go to OT. Pero Neofrag is looking for more and he's allowed to do so. Numbers advantage is skewed towards yung favor nga dito ng OG, and the mistake causing itong Vitality at the start of the round to just fall apart. There it is. So execute ko dito sa B-side. That's gonna be the 3 down. Neofrag on fire this entire time. That was the ace as well para dito kay Neofrag. These 2 dudes, Neofrag and Fiku, man. The future of Counter-Strike Global Offensive right here. Map 1 winner is gonna go in the way of OG. So, you know, they buy themselves a bit of time before Mirage. And nakuha pa nga sila isang malaking panalo from one of the best Inferno teams in this entire tournament. And yeah, that's 7 rounds in a row para dito sa OG at the tail end of this game. Just got their stuff together.
8-14. 8-14. No, it's 8-14, man. Doon yung naging score before OG starts to pull on a tear. Na-stop agad yung match point na dapat makuha ng Vitality, pero Neofrag just said no. And it was toward the latter part of this Inferno game kung saan siya uminit bigla. He was one of the negative KD players for OG before they started to roll on Vitality. Kasama si Flames now being that duo, kasama si Nexa, naging trio para hindi mangyari yung magiging push out ng Vitality. And I think those apartment pushes, that was what pushed them over the edge. Yun yung nag-start sa eventual nilang pagbaba. And you have to consider, they were struggling to even get around into the second half just before Vitality got 14. They never had any rounds dito sa CT side until Nexa just came up online. And while he was buying time para dito, na makapag-online din si Neofrag, and although before that, he wasn't even doing that much. Now he performed, he delivered dun sa performances niya sa latter stages ng game nito, lalo na dito sa B-hold where Vitality were reaching so far to try to get that B-hold as fast as they can. Against Neofrag, against Fiku na sabi mo nga, future of Counter-Strike. So far, so good for these young squads, and for OG, it's a stepping stone to eliminate, at least knock down itong Vitality out of this upper match. So far, so good, and I like what I'm seeing out from OG so far.
Yep, of course, Neofrag, former shining star dito ng Sinners, now finds himself dito naman sa ating OG. And it seems like he's having a good time so far in this squad. It seems like they're well led. Mental is rock solid para sa side nila, as is kind of the mantra of OG. You're gonna have rock solid mental talaga when you're in this org, or else you're kind of dissing the OGs, as you would say. Pero yun na nga yung nakita natin dito. 16-14 OG. Can they cap it off dito sa Mirage? Probably not. Stats say. Pero malay mo, di ba? May surprise. Galing sa kanila dito. Map number 2 could go their way. Pero map number 3 might be a high possibility dito. Considering map number 2 is gonna be Mirage. Dexter is gonna be a huge factor dito sa ating next game on how is E gonna be controlling the map with that AWP. We are just gonna have to wait and see. Yeah, like this is the first game na we did not see itong si Dexter being the main star para sa kanyang team. Instead, it is itong si Newfrag and si Flames. Flames has just been insanely consistent sa lahat ng games dito ng OG na pinapanalo nila. So he is kind of like the spark na hinahanap palagi ng kanilang offense dito. And even on defense, he's been doing such a great job of just holding his respective angles para sa kanyang team. And that's a big addition, to say the least, in terms of the OG squad. And now we might see overpass. I don't know, both teams, wala akong masyadong there's not much to cover sa overpass between sa dalawang teams natin dito. You just kinda know OG is just a bit better in terms of yung win rate, pero vitality is vitality. So yeah, anything can happen realistically sa map number 3. But that is it for map number 1 of this best of 3. We are going to go into Mirage very, very soon. So guys, do not go anywhere. When we come back, more Blast Premier World Final action coming at you. Don't go anywhere.
Phew, barely made it. Oh, no!
Freeze! There's no escape!
Damn it, no ammo.
Stay there, I say! Surrender! This time luck isn't on your side!
Let's check it out.
Shit!
What the hell is that?
Oh crap!
You missed, motherfucker! What the fuck is going on?
Wow, this must be my lucky day. The link is in the description box.
At muli tayo nagbabalik mga kaibigan sa World Final ng Blast Premier live from Abu Dhabi, Dubai. Ako nga pala si Dan Femina, kasama ko si Sneaky Frog. Night shift tayo sa last best of 3 of the night. It is Team Vitality versus OG Esports. Whereas OG have upsetted ang Vitality on the map of Inferno. An 8-round streak para sa atin para makuha yung kanilang victory dun sa first map na yun. Now, magtutuos sa Mirage where Vitality have their work cut out for them.
Definitely. Game number 1 was a heartbreaker para dito sa Vitality. They almost won the game until they didn't. OG just sweeping them under their feet. Dun nga sa map number 1 na yun, getting that 16-14 victory off of a very big deficit. Pero ngayon nasa Mirage na tayo, Vitality, it is their specialty map, so I would expect them to perform dito sa mapa na to. OG, less of siguro. I think we're gonna see mga players na a bit more heavy in towards the aim side to flourish dito sa Mirage especially. So I think we're gonna see a lot of itong si Neofrag at si Flames trying to see if they can open things up para sa kanilang mga teams with Fiku and Nexa trying to support as much as possible. Pero tignan natin. I mean, OG, what they're doing is working so far. Map number 1 was a bit close, pero map number 2 is gonna be a lot more of a challenge nga para sa side nila dito.
Yeah, I mean, you have to consider that connector position. Dahil the last time that they played Mirage, tong OG, Dexter has been on point sa pag-hold every single time. And that's been like the last time that they played on Mirage, that's been one of the strong things about their Mirage. Clean cut for Vitality though kasi they're Vitality. And they have played Mirage many different times on top tier teams. Now, they stand the test of time. Endurance against OG who have shown that they have a strong mental pagpasok pa lang sa Inferno ngayon. Iba naman, init ng araw, Mirage, papakita na kung malakas ang T-side ng Vitality. Whereas OG, they start on the CT side. It's a double setup dito sa B side. Neofrag to help out yung mid-push na pwedeng gawin dito ni even is Fiku, pero this time it's an apps push for Vitality. 3 players already waiting slowly and surely into the loving arms of Flames. Starts off strong with that 2-tap dito kay Magis. Pagkalabas dito sa apps, naglalabas na ng bullets, eventually leading the shots over to Dupree, but eventually Flames recovers. A triple kill galing pa lang dito sa OG. Slowly walking into the A site. Dexter waiting for the perfect time. Apex falls into that 1 round on the board. OG starting huge.
Ito yung sinasabi ko, man. I mean, this is that type of map where individuals do shine. If you do put them at the right place, then there's a lot of opportunities dito sa Mirage to put yourself at the right place at the right time. And Flames just gonna keep on going, man. He's on the hot streak nung first map pa lang, and he's gonna continue on the CT side. So that's gonna be good news para dito sa OG. No? They know one side of the map is definitely gonna be challenging na kunin para dito sa Vitality. Maybe they can leverage off of yung fact na yun. But Vitality can just easily re-hit yung site at the same time. But it's gonna be up to whoever's defending it to, just try and mow down whoever is ang naan dito sa may B apartments natin. Eco lang naman para dito sa Vitality, so not much of a challenge para dito sa OG. Next is gonna try to farm most of them.
Amoy niya siguro yung hininga nitong si Spinks pagpasok pa lang. Nexa though, setup is na kapag may contact si Nexa, even though he dies, nandito din naman si Neofrag. So all is well, even though mamatay pa lang itong close range player, which ultimately this is like similar to what they did kanina dun sa Inferno, where they were pretty close doon sa Banana, even though they won on the CT first round. This time, Dexter though, again, connector being that prime position para kay Dexter. Triple para sa kanya. Same day on the office. Again, pretty clean second round para sa OG. Not much lost. Actually, they didn't lose anything sa pagpasok dito sa second round.
There it is. Not much holes in the defense of OG so far dito sa Mirage, which is good news for them so far. Pero ngayon nakalimang AK na ang Vitality ngayon. No up to be found para dito kay Zaiwu. It's too early in the game para makahanap ng ganun. Pero ngayon, we're gonna see Zaiwu with the AK-47. Not much utility galing dito sa Vitality, no? So instead, OG gonna opt in for the better utility, then the better weaponry. They're gonna try to play close. Yun na nga.
Oh. MP9. Even playing around that molly then that kind of obstructed yung vision nitong si Magis. Run and gun didn't really help out as well para sa kaibigan natin from Vitality. Dexter get another frag into the mix. 6 into the third round. He has 2 kills at least every single time. And this is the second. Papunta pa lang dito sa Palace. Zaiwu could not do anything. Low on HP but the impact is still present para kay Dexter pa lang. Spinks and Dupree all alone. This was the only buy that they could hope for para makuha yung 1 round win on the board, pero ultimately could be the save coming in for Vitality.
Yep, dito yung start na hinahanap ng Vitality dito. To be fair. So, yeah, I would say Dexter. I mean, despite the 5 HP, risking itong Palace, that Palace angle is still crazy. Pero Zaiwu was not expecting the off angle. Nasa kanya pa yung bomba dito. Vitality 3-0. Pero nasa T-side sila dito. They just need 1 break and they can find a bit of momentum. Pero OG, so far, ang kanilang CD side has been proven effective dito sa Mirage. And they're gonna try to circle their way back dito sa A-side. Pero tignan mo naman yung Palace, it is secured.
Oh, double stack. Kasi alam nila dun yung bomba. Nexa again, MP9. Same story, katulad ng ginawa ni Fiku kanina. Although this time it's a different possibility. It's 2 kills for Fiku in the round. You only have 1 fallen away from OG. Pero parang that's like one of the only kills that Vitality had throughout like this first half. Start pa lang ng Mirage. Strong first impression pa lang dito sa Mirage. And this is what OG have prepared for. This is what they laid out the game plan against Zaiwu and everybody else on Vitality now. 3-0 very early. Eco for the people on Vitality. So very strong start for OG, but can't say the same for Vitality this time. 1 tap. Oh, not connecting.
Yep. Last time na nag-meet ang OG and yung Vitality was all the way back in March of 11. Dito pa nga sa Rio Major, all the way back, man.
Tagal?
Tagal na yun, actually. Wait, January, February, March, April. April 4. Medyo matagal-tagal na rin. Plenty of time to research the other team, and I do not think Flames needs research to hit those shots. Zaiwu, makakuha ng isa dun sa mid, that is for sure. Pero wala pala silang makukuha masyado in return off of that 1 dig. Magisk, looking for anything dito sa A. But it is only 1 player holding the cross dito, and I think that's enough. AK-47 unless he gets 1 leagued, and then that's gonna be bad news. Pero mahirap na rin para dito sa Vitality. Mid control is lost and easily makaka-rotate papuntang connector itong si Neofrag. Pero tignan natin, can Zaiwu make a miracle happen?
Can Magis pull off something like a sort of miracle as well? The 4 versus 2, they already know that dito magpupush ang Vitality anyway, so quick push. Flames taking Zaiwu's life. Magis, only thing they can do is 1 tap on through Fiku. A bit of damage then kay Flames kanina. And maybe he can cap it off with the bomb plant, and that's the consolation they're looking for. Pero it's impossible to even win this 1v3 clutch, so the bomb plant is the only thing that he's hoping for. He has a bit of time. So medyo play around na lang siguro sa fast tendencies nitong OG, not even going for the bomb. Would have been extra cash para sa kanila, pero hindi. Try to go for the 1 taps na lang. 4-0 para sa OG.
Ganda ng paggamit ng OG, no, ng kanilang mga utility dito. The smokes and the nades and the flashes para may pressure ang A-main na God, even getting 1 kill off of it. And that slowed down itong Vitality down to a stop. Pagdating sa kanilang mga executes dito, finding all the picks in this situation. 4-0 para dito sa OG. so much going right para sa kanila dito. And not just that, man. They have mid control as well. They have everything under control para sa side nila in terms of their side of the map. So, I mean, everything is going well para dito sa OG.
Fiku though, oh, he's the wild card. The only man who can stop them. But Flames has come out of connector. Needs to help out his fallen brother. Kaso, dito din yung impact ng si Dupree. Trading off immediately itong si Magis and si Apex. Pagkalabas pa lang ng Palace, at least he finds a bit of damage. Spinks also on underpass. The only man who could try to cut off yung rotation. Netong si Neofrag already done damage through. Dexter, long flank with the AWP. This is something that you don't see every day. Nexa also very late to the party. Nandito yung setup in the post plan for Vitality. So medyo mas clean yung pag-entry nila this time around. And they already made their homework. They knew that since one player hasn't shown all the way over to ticket, he's somewhere close. And that one choice that they made doon sa may Tetris, or at least doon sa may heaven side, was the right choice, the right call.
And you know nga, Vitality with just a straight up classic A taking itong round na to. Nothing too complicated. Flash and smokes lang dito sa A side, and they just got their shots back in their way. Could have been something galing dito sa side ng OG, but they could not fight. Itong tatlong tao dito sa side. Flames tried, but unfortunately did fall to the second man up, the C2 and OG, losing their first one on their CT side. So is this gonna be a continuing trend para dito sa side? Now OG has Vitality trying to figure them out. Neofrag says otherwise dito sa top mid.
Yeah, again, putting more pressure on the mid control. Attempted by Vitality at the very least. Sama din naman tong si Apex and si Dupree, but no refrag since nakapag reposition tong si Neofrag after the pick towards that mid position. Nandun agad sa connector para masuportahan yung likod nitong si Flames, who's already holed up on towards Sandwich. Waiting for that Palace push out at least from Spinks. There's also the cross as well from Dupree. Putting out smokes. Secure himself yung cross dito para pag nakita niya si Neofrag, all said and done. Maybe to secure against Nexa as well. But that jungle position, ever so volatile. He's still holding that mid cross, but he doesn't have info where they're holding on from. A-main again being the focus from Magis, and eventually it will pay off. Nakita si Fiku, but what about Neofrag being that wild card? But Dupree is holding on. Patience paying off again para sa Vitality, pero Flames na kanina pa nasa Sandwich now being that focus for Vitality, but OG falling on Dexter, eventually getting the 5th round after a gruesome start into this round.
No one knew that he was Sandwich. Unfortunate. Flames just there the entire time. It's like a human landmine, just trying to survive as much as possible. Not to get stepped on dito sa may Sandwich area natin. Man. Instant sagot galing dito sa OG. That's what you need pag kalaban mo yung Vitality dito, man. You cannot give them a smidge of momentum kahit nakapanalo sila dito sa last round, especially when you have as good of a buy galing dito sa OG and as good of a lead in terms of the economy. Pero dito na pa natin.
Mid
Great
push
coverage.
already disrupted by Fiku. And even though hindi sila nagkulang sa utility, that initial response from Fiku just made all the difference. And again, a slow start for Apex. Second map, not really lost from how he performed in that first one. Maybe he can fall back again, come back, try to make bawi pagdating natin sa second half. So far, the T side not looking too great para sa Vitality. Relying on Dupree. And again, a second delivery papunta dito kay Neofrag. Pero yung AWP Dexter, yan yung magmamatter sa pag-hold ng apartments. A good shot but not entirely securing that frag dito. At least Nexa got that pick towards Dupree, and that will make the difference. But how much more time will they spend before they push on to B?
Yep, perfect position para dito kay Fico sa may short side. I do not think Nexa should play dito sa may short. I think they're anticipating na may rotation na mangyayari. Papunta dito sa connector, pabalik dito sa A site. Pero Dexter, you're gonna have to hit all 3 of these. Double scope in. Spinks is dead, pero nakakross na yung bomba dito. That's gonna be 2 down. Zaibu all alone dito sa side. 20 seconds left. Alam niya na nandito si Nexa. huge stud dito sa may ladder room. Pero si Dexter is gonna get that finish. Grabe naman, OG. So far, so good dito sa ating Mirage map. Only one win galing dito sa Vitality, but an instant answer with 2 rounds back galing dito sa OG.
Dexter again. Huge impact. If he was quiet in Inferno, he's now putting up so much. A threat para dito sa OG. 6 rounds against Vitality. And on CT side where they're controlling every aspect sa pag-push nitong Vitality ngayon. Now, forced in the timeout. Understandably, but I feel like they could have used it a little bit earlier. Maybe in a few of those buy rounds, they realized na siguro they can try to fight. They can, but they haven't so far. Even with the likes of Neofrag and Dexter, who, again, lighting up the kill feed. Every single time he would control that connector area, plus yung control doon pa lang sa may market. Cannot get this guy off of his high horse. 12 kills so far for Dexter.
Yep, that's what you need galing dito kay Dexter. That active offing from the man himself. Especially how demanding this map is pagdating nga sa mga offers natin dito, and he is just delivering every time. And even opening itong round na to with a pick dito kay Dupree sa top mid. And there it is, Vitality at the standstill once again dito sa ating game. Spinks has gotten control dito sa my lower side natin, but not much is gained para dito sa side ng Vitality, man. Being down one member that fast, napaka-brutal yan para sa inyo. Pero Apex trying to equalize it. It's not gonna work, Flames. Even on CT side, man, grabe talaga yung aggression activated by his teammates. Their flashes and their nades. One more, getting the 4K. Is this gonna be another ace for the homie? Nope. This is gonna be Zaibu preventing it. You don't want to overextend Dexter. I know you're confident, brother, but now's not the time. Especially Zaibu's on the other side of the barrel. And nakita na yata si Zaibu dito. No.
Oh.
Has to be careful, man. You gotta chill.
Relax lang.
Relax lang. This is my boy. My boy Zaibu can pull something out of anything, man. Kaya they don't even want to give him an inch dito sa mid. But Dexter just gotta hold it, bro. Just gotta hold it. You have the OP.
The OP.
Ano pang mahuli si Fico? I don't think you should spend that.
No.
You know, is he just holding it? We'll see.
The important thing then is that he doesn't have that much damage then. So he could just keep these fights head on, plus Dexter let go of the angle. Then sa connector. But if he doesn't convert over to jungle, then that's a pre-pick. Eto, Zaibu takbo agad. He lost the fight. Seemingly, enough time to plant the bomb. But he got the objective, but they're running on him right here. Forcing the issue dito. Dexter,
my
sobrang
God.
lapit. But sobrang daming players ng OG trying to swarm around him. Sobrang close ng headshot dun kay Fico as he tries to navigate all around this A site. Another chance, another attempt. Isa pa. Labas, double peek, galing dito sa OG.
Oh,
no, it's
imagine.
the AWP from Dexter that shuts down Zaibu, the wonder child, not doing anything now.
7-1. Nag-clip pa nga yung bala doon si Gilid. Of whatever you call that. Metal frame? Metal wood? Is my ticket box. Basta yung tabi ng ticket box, idol. Tumama doon. If that hit exactly on the head, that would have been a possibility indeed. Kaso yun lang. They played it safe. They got the plant. Pero knowing, you know, what Zaibu can get away with, that's pretty much safe para dito sa side ng OG. Vitality no longer having an op, or they did in the first place. Wala naman silang op sa side nila. Spinks is gonna get itong si Flames though. Saying hi to his fellow Israeli player. Pero 4v4 ang situation dito. Dexter, not anywhere near sa mid. Instead, holding down itong B. I like it. Galing dito sa side ng OG.
I mean, they could try to sandwich something. Kaso, Zaibu,
Fico.
tsaka si Majes, they took down one at least. It's one part of the split sana. But they can just ignore Zaibu, just push it back, pabalik dito sa may A site. Give a bit more space, a bit more time. Let them plant anywhere that they want. The objective anyway is to stop them from ever trying to get that objective. This is Dexter looking at him on how he can perform, how he can hold the only man on B side, plus Palace being that one volatile position para sa OG. While Vitality, the choices is pretty clear, but they're going on towards that
OG.
connector side. Sobrang dami. They do have this position, this try setup. Even if they go through connector, basta alam nilang dun sila manggagaling, they could get that A site. They could get that retake. They could try to cut off yung rotation, but no. It's the choice to go back to CT. Wait for Vitality to move
big
on.
flash.
It's the flash.
They don't know Nexa. Di nila alam si
Huge.
Nexa.
Wala. Hindi nila alam kung nasan si Nexa. Ticket booth not secured yet, but Dupree with the shot. Enough na yan. Pwede pa. Hindi ko na nag-iisa.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh, the wall bang! What?
The movement from Zaibu himself, clips onto the ladder, presses space, lands the right time, gets the shot through the wood. Grabe naman yun. Absolutely bonkers of a round galing dito kay Zaibu. Great shot galing kay Dupree, man. Jesus, Zaibu. 7-2. Vitality with some miracles in their hands. OG still has the big lead. They need to get an answer back immediately. Pero wala pa silang pera sa round na to. No op para dito kay Dexter. Deagles galore para sa kanyang mga teammates dito. But not much to answer back galing dito sa side ng OG.
And that point, Vitality needed something, no? Now, again, calling to the call of Dupree and Zaiwu. This time, slow pushes. That connector push, it was volatile kasi okay din yung triangular position na ginawa ng OG eh. You got one person holding down that palace position plus pwede ding mag-connect itong si Nexa, but quick shots from Dupree and Zaiwu shut it all down. Sana. Actually will result in that 4-man pistol round para dito sa OG. Leaving it all up to Dexter, but man, Spinks is popping off. Dexter with the only rifle na nag-influence
Fiku
agad dito sa 1-for-1. Pero Fiku, inside, dito agad, we got the shot pero hindi magko-connect lahat. Magisk with more to contribute dito sa fray. Na 3 versus 4, giving up space and the bomb plant sa A site.
Zaibu now with the op. Recovered from... Or hindi pala recovered. Actually, just got that earlier. Yeah, this is a tough one, man. I mean, Vitality, they're just walking everywhere for free dito sa ating mapa. Especially dito sa A side. Dupree looking for more dito sa may mid-side natin. Dexter just wanting to save ang kanyang AK-47 dito. Maybe get an op dito sa ating next round. I think that's the best option para dito sa OG. Vitality though, pretty healthy na ang kanila economy dito. Loss bonus coming in huge for the squad. 7-3. Not too bad para dito sa Vitality. Definitely recoverable dito sa second half. But I did say that before. So, yep.
Maybe. Personally, yeah, doable. Since, yeah, may loss bonus pa nga sila. Now, they won one of the rounds. Could build themselves back up ulit. They have enough to buy at least one more even if they lose yung next round na to. A little bit rich compared to OG ngayon. Their money situation, clear as day, not that much. Kapag natalo sila sa round na to, magbibigay agad ng isa pang round to Vitality. Rifles still across the board. Online for both squads ngayon. Apex finding himself around underpass na aware si Flames. Kaya yung incendiary, lalabas agad. Good counter utility. Ano, wala masyadong magagawa yung underpass push. Nandito yung mid-take na ginagawa ng OG, leaving space open towards A. But nandito din naman si Dexter with his trusty AWP. But Magisk, the rat, na kanina pa nagiging influential para sa Vitality. Saving up space and time before they can explode onto A and overwhelm si Dexter na nag-iisa para sa OG.
I mean, 1 minute left para dito sa side ng Vitality para makapasok sa site. 45 seconds left. The big shot galing dito kay Dexter. He's not gonna get the second one though. Sandwich is gonna get him. Dupree, buhay na buhay pa nga dito sa ating site. Trying to spread out as much as possible. Trying to cover as much ground, but too much ground maybe. Galing dito kay Dupree. It was not smoked at that very moment. Magisk, kailangan niya kumuha ng space dito sa my city side. Does not find it si Nexa. And OG, they find another one on the board. Only 2 rounds ang na-streak dito ng Vitality and may sagot na agad ang OG dito. Their CT side has been super well played. Dexter can escape a lot faster siguro, pero yun nga, Nexa has been so annoying this entire series para dito sa kabila. But speaking of annoying, man, Dexter is 16-3 this game.
God.
And anong round na tayo? We are round 12, man.
Ito yung, alam mong activated si Dexter. Warmed up, primed and ready gamit ng EWP niya. Now, Magis getting a little bit impatient kung kanina nandito yung cool, calm, and calculated. Si Apex naman, what a flick! Papunta kay Fiku, kaso will be his undoing. Dahil nandito din si Nexa holding ticket booth. 3 players from Vitality to try to get himself etong si Neofrag, and successfully the spray towards the smoke. Nakita agad ni Spinks. The opening also well. 2 for 1 galing dito sa Vitality. Still holding the mid-cross. OG trying to play that a little bit more cautiously. This time, leaving themselves unaware na nandito pa rin yung mid-take. Possibly opening up another B control. Kaso Dexter's still there, so that's a huge threat. Maybe go for the A side push yet again. But you're facing up against Nexa, who can play that rat style as well.
Meron silang info kung nasaan dito si Flame. So, they only have 2 options here. Either yun nga, mag-body system siya sa B or mag-body system siya sa A. And so he did opt in for B, pero gusto niya mag-presence pa rin dito sa may ating A site via the B short area. So, napakadami pa rin space na kino-cover dito ang OG despite the limited numbers na meron sila. Dupree is gonna get itong si Flames. Dupree is gonna get itong si Dexter. 2 rifles down immediately. A site is wide open. Or is it? Nandito pa si Nexa. 20 seconds but does get the shot off. Yun lang, na-discover siya agad dito. 8-4. Vitality. There it is. Another one on the board. 1 for 1. Para dito sa OG and dito sa Vitality. But man, this was painful to watch para dito sa OG. Those first 2 frags could have gone either way para sa side nila. Especially yung nandito sa connector for Spinks. Spinks could have 100% died. Galing dito sa underpass. Pero yun nga, 3rd frag of the game. Seems like itong Vitality are getting a hang of Mirage again.
Need a bit more time. Now, nag-warm up na yung duo galing sa Astralis. The pre being that prime factor. Nahanap agad yung connector players, but what about this push from Fiku? 3 players stacked up doon sa Palace. Spraying papunta doon sa OG. Fiku and Neofrag. Easy gets 1 dito kay Magis bago pa man siya makapag-push doon sa may mid-side itself. Dupree though again having impact in the round for Vitality. Got control over A site, leaving OG to wonder how they're gonna be able to approach this. Zaiwu, smoke bang again papunta kay Neofrag habang nasa CT na naman itong si Dexter waiting for Zaiwu to push on down. Kita agad sa bawat corner pero it again is a pistol that will end him. Apex to go for the trade anyway means that Vitality got this on a pinch.
Yep, another possible streak para dito sa Vitality. Could be incoming. A site once again hit with another El Clasico galing dito sa Vitality. And 8-5. Nako po, I mean, this is looking a bit rough para dito sa OG. Now starting to lose 2 rounds in a row. Pero wala pa silang pera going into the next one. So it's not really looking good. Maybe a half buy could be mustered up galing dito sa side ng OG. But it's not going to be a healthy buy, that's for sure. The exception of itong si Dexter who could afford an off. But the rest of the squad, medyo doubtful ako na pwede makagawa dito yung OG. But still, they're gonna pull out the timeout. Maybe meron silang plano na pwedeng gawin dito. Maybe one of those MP9 buys that really forces itong mga close quarters na fights na, you know, minsan ayaw ng mga AK players. If they're not holding yung angle, then makakuha ng first step of the guy peeking, then it would be nice.
Early molly tapos aiming push with the MP9 sa katulad na ginawa ni Fico kanina. Although this time hindi na siya nag-iisa. Maybe 2 or 3 players stack up with him. That's a risk that they should be willing to take. No, it's still yung mga rifles sa pwede nila makuha. So maybe just the default setups yet again sa city side ng OG, but it's the underpass push that can catch off anybody. Etong si Spinks, Apex being that first one to die sa hands ni Dexter with that EWP. 2 kills para kay Dexter. Again, pulling out impact dito sa Mirage map natin. 2 for 1. Misses the shot and eventually will lead to his death while Zaiwu has the AWP as well.
.2v4 or 2v3 situation. Vitality still taking it very slow despite the successful mid fights na nakuha nila dito. That was definitely there to their advantage, but losing Apex and Spinks this early is gonna douse their flames a bit, no? I mean, they're gonna be a lot less aggressive, that's for sure. It's gonna be the Danish duo looking for the opening para dito kay Zaiwu to get that plant down. But Nexa is guarding tong forward position. Maganda to actually, but I think Zaiwu, he can feel that there could be a player in and around the corner. Pero yun lang, no quick scope is fast enough. Pero look at that small detail. He passed the bomb dito kay Magisk. So he knew that there could be someone dito sa may B apartments area natin, and it is a very risky thing. There yun nga, Fiku could make a play of his lifetime, kaso only has the gap of his own to work with. Dupree, nakuha na nga si Nexa dito. Fiku na lang natitira. He knows that there's one person near the connector area. Has the advantage, has the first move, and does get the headshot. Both players 100 HP. It's just gonna be whoever shoots who first in the head.
Ooh!
Great tag. Galing kay Fiku, pero 1v1. Kind of dancing around dito sa may triple side. Nakita yung ulo, and Fiku gets it. Another clutch for the young star. 9 and 5 para dito sa OG. Another 2 rounds. Another streak denied para dito sa Vitality. They know that they could have gotten a lot more dito sa half na to, but OG's defense is adjusting every time.
Slow claps para dito kay Fiku. Actually, to start it off, Dexter notable din sa pag-hold na dito sa underpass. That would have been the opening that they had, since in the past few rounds they have been pushing out that mid control para dito sa Vitality. That was like one of the focal points for their offense papunta dun sa A side anyway. And yung performance ng last 2 players, tong si Dupree tsaka si Magisana, yung game change para sa streak ng Vitality, pero falling down on Fiku to isolate them. This time, it's Flames that makes the difference. Si Fiku na naman nagla-light ng kill feed. Si Spinks ang mamamatay. In 5 versus 4, slowly but surely making this push on the A side anxious. Kaya, quick switch na lang kasama si Apex dun sa may apartments area sa B side. Lalabanan niya yung kapwa niyang IGL na si Nexa, who will not give away itong apartments push. 4 players on Vitality swarming around that B site. Nakita agad tong si Neofrag doon sa short angle. And Nexa has to make the world of difference. FAMAS on the face of Apex falling dito sa may apartments. And Neofrag again making impact, but Dupree not done. 19 kills para kay Dupree ngayon, but Dexter to shut that before he gets 20. 1 versus 3. Zaiwu na lang again. In a more passive position. This time, he has to fall from grace para makuha yung bomb. Pero, kalaban niya, napakalupit si Dexter at saka si Flames. It's one of those rounds where he needs to clutch up big. One onto Dexter, but the shot from another. Enough para makuha yung 10-5. You cannot ask for a better half than this.
That was a crazy attempt galing dun kay Zaiwu. Insta headshot dito kay Dexter. And if Fiku or Flames pala was not, or Fiku was not ready para dun sa kanilang trade, then that would have been possibly game over. But 10-5 though, OG yung kanilang city side dito has proven pretty good so far para sa side nila. I mean, not much problems na pwedeng sabihin dito. Whatever problems that they have dito sa city side, it gets patched up like 1 or 2 rounds later. So ang bilis talaga mag-adjust dito ng OG. Ang bilis nila makahanap ng solution to whatever tricks Vitality is trying to toss right back at them. And yeah, I would expect OG to keep on going dito naman sa D-side nila. Like, considering how good Flames is for the past few rounds dito sa ating city side. I would not doubt that this kid is gonna find some really good openings para dito sa OGT side.
Again, haven't addressed yung connector problem, plus ang daming headshot angles na nahanap agad ng OG. It's the long range fights that made the difference for OG this time, and for whatever reason, Vitality sa mga laban na very at si impactful. Sana, para sa kanila, doesn't really go their way even though they already are given favors. This time you always fall on how the pre can carry the weight of this team so far. Yung Vitality, hirap na hirap. Kahit si Zaibu, even struggling to even get answers out of Dexter and Nexa as a whole. Flames has also been doing everything that he can do. Fiku, another clutch attempt that went his way. Kaya ang Vitality, lalo na dito sa CT side, they have to consider what kind of layers they need to defend. Ano yung kailangan nilang i-risk kung gusto nilang i-come back against OG that have a really solid first half and on the CT side nonetheless.
There it is. I mean, 8 to 7, rather 10 to 5. OG with a huge lead if they win the pistol round, and it's gonna be big para sa kanila momentum dito. They're gonna start things off dito sa D-side pretty hot, and they're gonna figure out what weaknesses itong defense ng Vitality actually has. But Vitality, once they get their pistol round, then their defense is just gonna get stronger and stronger. Zaibu up, gonna be online very, very soon. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. Itong pistol round na to is very important to really swing the way of things papunta sa either team natin dito. But we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, last time we had the pistol round, Flames went crazy. Maybe he can do it with a Glock this time.
Run in with a P250. Possibly. Could be the start of Vitality's redemption arc though. They now are starting on CT side. T side though now being the focus para dito sa OG. What is gonna be their start, man? I mean, underpass push agad maybe. Possibly 5-man pushing onto apartments para ma-slow down yung Vitality. Yeah, it could be the latter kasi saan papasok ang OG? All the way over to apartments. And where is the stack? It's all the way over to mid and A. So Zaibu has to be careful.
So you know what? Smokes, everything is gonna be going down dito sa may app side. Pero nahanap pa nila si Zaibu. Nahanap pa nila si Zaibu, but there's gonna be another flash incoming. That's gonna be a jumping Dexter going down. Zaibu getting so much value from just 2 weapons. And ayun na nga. What is going on dito para sa Vitality? Zaibu pulls that out of his A, pero yun na nga. I mean, he was spotted dito sa corner. What is Dexter doing?
Even his teammates can't believe it. Kahit yung mga teammates na hindi makapaniwala na kinuha niya yung mga kills na to. And buti na lang, Apex had a thought na maybe it was an apartment push.
You don't force by that?
Yeah.
Diba yan? This is the like prime opportunity for like a salty run back sa ganun na type ng round, pero walang nakakuha ng kill, so no one can afford any additional P250s or anything bago sila makakross down into the 2K line. So instead they're just gonna use this one as a pseudo timeout. What are we gonna do in the next round, my friends? Maybe classic A take, classic mid take, classic B. Really is dependent dito sa OG, pero having Vitality at the brink dito sa half is actually a crazy fact, pero pistol round could change things in its entirety. Especially itong, like, this round 18 is so important para dito sa Vitality. Kasi nga, I mean, that could, force another eco para dito sa side ng OG, and they get another round, and that could inch them back to 1. So a lot of things are really at stake para dito sa Vitality if they do lose this next one. But for now, they get a waterfall siguro.
Again, 5-man waterfall could be in place nga naman for OG. Hinihintay na lang. Nandito na yung setup. Sandwich na Zaibu, pero I think si Zaibu lang yung kinailangan nila. Quick take. 5 people dead. Paglabas pa lang ng Palace, they never even set foot on default after the fact. Quick 10-7. And if they were shaken nung first half, this 2 rounds where Vitality were at least more comfortable dito sa ating CT side, especially on Zaibu, who has good reads on where the push is going to be for OG. It's a good look so far. Ngayon, may full buy na ang OG. It's kind of, I want to say na medyo questionable that they did not go for the force buy nga naman sa second round because that would have been it. That would have been a good strat para at least makontest yung mga guns natin for Vitality, pero not willing. Now kind of nets them another chance at getting a third round, but that is if this push on towards A will not be fruitful. Magisk, he was blind, he cannot move an inch. Neofrag with the entry. A side again being that focus for OG. Nexo with spray, hanap agad si Spinks, and Zaiwu is stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yep. Not the best position para dito kay Zaiwu. And the fact that Spinks and Magis, they just instantly fold as soon as the A-take was starting. Neofrag as well, nakuha pa nga si Apex dito. Looking like an 11-7, and ito na nga yung sinasabi ko, this is one of those important rounds that you have to win kung kayo yung Vitality. Kasi round 18, with this type of score, 11-7, man. Oh, that's gonna turn in the way of OG really quick. And considering meron pa namang onting pambay yung Vitality dito, I'm feeling a force buy maybe dito sa next round. But after that force buy, it's gonna be, you know, all Vitality dapat, or this is gonna be a tough one.
Sana kaya yung mga viewers natin nakapag-bet sa OG for the first 2 games of the series. Laki pa naman ng odds, no? Double compared to Vitality, where I couldn't blame yung mga viewers na nakapag-bet with Vitality since so far in Blast World Final, they've been doing like a pretty stellar job, especially against Navi, who are poised sana to be top 2, top 3 sa tournament natin ngayon. But so far, OG, this is a Cinderella story. And we never even expected them to come out here with a very deep run. Sa Blast pa lang. Not even the World Final. In a lot of their previous matches dito sa Blast this year. Considering this pushing Vitality to the limit. And if they lose if Vitality lose this round, OG are very close. Basically winning it.
Oh, I mean, that's the essence of this type of roster, man. You get some young people going and they're actually good at the game, and then get a good IGL, maybe a vet sa loob ng team, and you pretty much have a good roster in your hands. Happen to Mouse, can happen to OG as well. So far it is working. Magisk is gonna go down, is gonna take itong si Kiku with him. Flames gonna try to get the entry going dito sa side, and it does work in their favor once again. A plant is available, pero si Zaiwu nagapan naman ni Neofrag dito. Flames not gonna pull out his AK in time for that one, and Zaiwu turning a somewhat unwinnable situation into a clutch. And yun na nga, 7-11 para dito sa side ng Vitality, or rather 8-11 para sa side nila. But this was a good attempt galing sa OG though. Mean Flames, just a bit of off timing. Neofrag, dapat talaga he should have gotten that one. He had prior information na rin dito kay Zaiwu, pero yeah, sometimes you don't hit the shot, man.
I'd argue that it was Dupree Din that also influenced that so much that Zaiwu had the alley-oop right after. Kasi kung nandun yung short stack doon sa may A-site, then Dupree had the perfect chance. Neofrag though, kanina pa, nakapag-push from underpass, finding Spinks and Dupree. And if he had impact before, he's doing it again. Early 3 versus 5. Flames exchanging gunfire with Apex falling to the hands of Flames. OG, again, if they were whittled down before, this is their chance to bounce back. 12 rounds maybe, if they find Zaiwu and Magisk, but they have enough time to even push on down to B. Zaiwu's even considering holding Magisk's hand. Dito sa may connector, shot from Dexter, shutting him down. Zaiwu all alone, but he has the AWP. He's gonna save if all else fails.
Yep. If all else fails. Pero yun na nga, Zaiwu's looking for the save at this point. Vitality kind of falling apart after that botched B short play, or botched underplay at the same time. But there it is. OG. It's fully rocking up dito sa may mid-side natin. Making sure that they have everything under control. And roll back up dito sa A natin. Zaiwu has the op on his own. Now Spinks, I think Spinks was waiting for the flash dito sa ilalim. Unfortunate timing.
The thing that Zaiwu can hope for is a bit of damage, a bit of chip damage. Eco onto OG. Oh, to be fair, they don't have like the most stable economy din naman. Walking on thin ice yung pera natin for OG. So Vitality, they still get another round, 12-8 to build up to an eventual 13 if Vitality falters sa next round natin, mga kaibigan. Very strong Mirage so far, even on the T side. Not as strong as their CT side though. And Vitality have to be ready for it.
And another timeout para dito sa Vitality. They still have two to be exact. So meron pa silang dalawang time stopper dito. OG already all the way up to 12. So two gun rounds worth siguro pwedeng gawin dito ng Vitality. But after that, they're gonna be on their own. So dapat maging sobrang valuable itong second timeout na to. There needs to be like an execute there somewhere para dito sa side ng Vitality that can give them the advantage so early dito sa ating round. But I don't think we're gonna find that at all in this one. Actually, maybe it is the opposite. They might be able to get one since nakatigil lang yung mga ibang player dito. Apex wants to keep it close with the 5-7.
Yeah, keep it as close as you can. Sabi nga nila, keep your friends close but your enemies closer. But how close is he willing to be? Against 4 people actually around that apartment push. Nobody around that mid-top area. Flames finding the pick dito kay Apex. Again, closing the door for Vitality. But Zywoo, there you go. This is the impact from the AWP na hinahanap natin from Zywoo himself. Whiffs the shot. Kapag nag-drop na itong si Neofrag. But the nade was perfect. The third, galing kay Zywoo. Make it 4. Looking for the ace. Ito si Zywoo. Next na nag-iisa, he was all the way over to T-Spawn supporting his team from the back lines. Pero as they were delayed because of the AWP, they had no chance to plant the bomb.
That's a tough one para dito sa side ng OG. Di yata nila naisip na meron palang boost na pwede mangyari dito sa B-short. Kind of like an on-the-fly thing na ginawa dito ng Vitality. One of their strengths. The on-the-fly calling dito. Ng buong squad, not just Apex, man. You know, he's a good on-the-fly caller, but the rest of the squad is pretty creative themselves. Especially creating yung short boost na yun para sa kanilang mga teammate dito. But 2 ops, man. Even Spinks with the op. So far, you know, wala masyadong impact si Spinks dito sa game natin. He's 5-15 as of the moment, but that could change, especially dito sa CT side. Since meron na siyang op, he can help with anchoring the site by himself and or, you know, makakuha ng mid control para sa kanyang team. So it's gonna be a lot harder para dito sa OG to try and see if they can get these opening picks for free.
I think I can see that double stack dun sa mid breaking out more with the AWPs from Zywoo and itong si Spinks. Maybe put Spinks on the window para at least he can still put some more support doon sa may A-site defense. Zywoo though, you give him the AWP, he can work magic. Siya yung parang nakakapag-move ng mga bundok. How influential this guy can be. If he was hitting his floor yesterday, this is the ceiling that he's been conquering. And OG, they've been struggling against it. Nakita na agad sa 4K where Zywoo, nice positioning. Top of the structure where even though it was smoked off, they weren't expecting yung long boost neto. Now, Zywoo again, prime position, smokes out para sa OG. Spinks, he's in the prime position. You got Fiku, but Neofrag falling from heaven, blessed by God himself. And OG, prime in towards the A side. Apex with the nade. 3 points para kay Apex, but Zywoo, again, wallbang headshot papunta kay Flames gamit ng AWP at sobrang lapit doon sa default box. Planting the bomb, Neofrag, Dexter on top! He got Zywoo! Dupree! Nakuha agad tong si Dexter. 1v1, Neofrag against Dupree himself. Kinuha yung AK para makapag-contend long range. But Neofrag so close to danger. Amoy na amoy kung nasaan yung veterano. Alam niya agad na dito sa connector manggagaling itong si Dupree. Cut bawat corner. Tingnan agad. But Neofrag, ito na yung opportunity. Cross agad. And nakuha yung shot kay Dupree. 14 for OG.
God damn, what a back and forth of a round. Grabe naman, at the end of the day, it was the sandwich play naman ang lumabas galing dito sa side ng OG. And Zaibu, despite hitting a really good shot dito kay Flames, Dexter, this man does not tilt at all. He will go for that play. Grabe, 13 and 9. That was a well-needed one para dito sa OG. They were starting to lose yung mga rounds na to. Like, hindi naman masasabing tuloy-tuloy, no? But I think OG needs to, if they really want to cap off yung game na to, they just need to go for straight wins. And that's one step towards that. That's for sure. Dito kay Spinks and kay Magic's already down. And that's gonna be Dupree next, man. Grabe talaga. I mean, the OG offense is just too good at the moment na, you know, even with, you know, somewhat good weaponry, hindi talaga makakasagot yung vitalities, mga ganun.
Yeah. Lumalabas na naman yung T-side from Inferno that we saw from OG. And although it was rocky nung start na yun, they only needed a bit more time to warm up. And now, time invested, trust put into the hands of Flames na pwedeng matrida naman ni Fiku. Investment dun sa Palace paying off na naman. Yung entry, on point, cleaner this time around for OG. And although it was rocky from the previous round, doon sa 1v1, the fact that we got to that in the first place, a sign that they matured pagdating dito sa 14th round win nila. One more para makuha yung match at yung series point para sa OG Esports. And saying that, it's crazy at all to even say that as a fact, but that's the reality that we're sitting in right now.
Ayun na nga, 14 to 9. No guns para dito sa Vitality. They decided to go for that big risk with the force buy dito sa ating last round. So instead, they're just gonna play to tie. But pressure is on para sa side nila. I know, you know, Vitality can be an emotional team, but they can be an emotional rock at the same time. They know as long as one of them, hindi lang si Zaibu pare, hindi lang si Zaibu ang capable na gumawa ng malaking play dito sa side ng Vitality. As long as one of them does, and they're just gonna be back up in their feet, no problem talaga. Pero OG, good mid control so far. Look at how slow they're just taking it, man. They're just taking their time. Alam nila na wala naman silang reward na makukuha if magpupush sila agad dito. So they're just like, alright, parang casual stroll lang into the A side. Go for the plant. Get some picks in the process. Just have to be careful though. Zaiwu with the scout. Man, he's pretty good. Medyo magaling. Oh,
Timing.
oh, timing. Baka mabatukan. Oh! Yun lang, the duck just in time.
Saw the idea. Nandun yung angle. Flames already setting himself up for victory. Push it. Kanina. Push. Come on. You got this. You got balls to do it. Kaya mo yan. Kung kaya ko, kaya mo yan, pre. This is a sneaky frog move. He would have pushed that. You would have pushed that.
I would be short by now at this point. Like, Zaiwu would be dead. Spinks would be dead. Maybe Apex, di ako sure. It'd be too easy of a shot to hit, that's for sure. Pero, you know, Zaiwu gonna go down, but yeah, I think this is just... not GG's, pero, you know.
I just realized, if, diba, Outsiders, they won Rio. Then, Heroic, they won Fall Final. Then, Vitality, well, actually, Navi, they also won, they also are in the dumps, and they also won yung sa mga majors recently. Plus, EPL for Vitality. And they're on the brink of losing yung upper match na to. It's supposed to show that if you win the championship this year, you're starting to falter pagdating sa Blast.
Yep. I mean, it is the last event of the year. You got your highest placing dun sa major. What else would you go to Blast for? Siguro like para sa mga younger teams. I think I would have wanted to see Mouse sa event na to. This would be such a banger of an event kung
True.
if it's OG and then it is yung Mouse roster versus the OG roster, man. That would go absolutely bonkers. I want kahit mag-limang OT pa yan, I would not mind. That would just be very nice set of Counter-Strike Global Offensive games. Pero yun na nga, Nade's gonna go through para dito kay Dupree. Flames with the entry. Jesus Christ, this kid is accurate. Pero yun na nga, Apex is gonna go down as well.
No!
And Zaiwu is gonna get the frag and gets out of there. Slips on out like an earthworm. Piku. Ooh. Great vision in that smoke. Spinks na lang natitira.
1v2.
What can the man not do? He can't clutch, that's for sure. Pero can he clutch this round? This is a game-ending play. What could happen? Dito ay Spinks does get the angle. Dito ay Dexter. Fiku sitting sa bench the entire time. He could get spammed. But he's just taking his time. He's playing with the mind of Mr. Spinks. Ooh, nakita yata si Fiku dito. But Fiku, I think he spotted him. Oh, spotted him first. That is a feel-good win right there para dito sa OG. And OG are your TIL... Oh, okay.
Oy!
Wala pa
Oy!
pala.
Oy!
Oy.
Oy!
At least Valve game, pare. At least Valve game. Yun ang covered doon. Pero yun na they had to do. They move on to the semi-finals. Grabe, OG. With the last hurrah of the year para sa kanila dito. You know, the Dota team had roster changes. Meron din dito. One worked more than the other. That's for sure na nakita natin dito sa OG. Pero ngayon, they find themselves in the semi-finals. Makakalaban nila yung panalo ng Liquid versus Natus Vincere. That's gonna be a banger of a time. But Vitality can't be too sad, no? Nasa loob pa rin sila ng playoffs, but grabe, man. You just gotta feel good if you're OG dito.
Yeah, man. I mean, not the best of starts sa 2022 roster nila when nung nawala si LXCB, they knew that they needed changes. So the adjustments, well put, but it needed time. Investment, bago pa man sila mag-work out. Flames was already consistent. Dexter was trying to find his groove. But by the end of 2022, dito pa lang sila nagsashine ngayon. Yung ibang mga key pieces. People like Neofrag, people like Fiku that will support yung mga aggressive players ng OG. And every single time, Flames wasn't pushing in. This time, na nag-iisa. Fiku was always backing him up. And even though Zaiwu had moments like this where it started off yung eventual comeback question na pwedeng magawa ng Vitality. Although they had the chance, they had the light, OG just shut it out in a huge bit of darkness.
And there it is. OG. Could be the biggest win of the year para sa kanila dito. Top 4 finish at least. Dito sa World Final ng Blast. Maybe a Grand Finals appearance if they can beat yung winner ng Liquid and or Navi. Either way, it's gonna be some damn good CS. That is for sure. Vitality. I think kalaban nila is G2. Ayun lang, G2 pa kayo nakalaban nila. Not like this, man. May yung mga, I mean, the real bangers are in the quarterfinals dito. I'm not saying OG is not, you know, the upset story na hanap natin dito, pero the quarterfinals are looking extra stacked dito sa Blast. I mean, considering na invite only ng event na to, and you have to qualify by the Blast system. By the Blast system, it seems like, you know, enough teams really vied in dito sa ating tournament, and we're gonna be happy to see that. And of course, at the end of the day, Heroic and Outsiders are out of the tournament. 15k USD richer. If you guys don't know yung calculation dun, that's like 800k at least. So they're pretty much sitting pretty to wherever they are gonna go. Maybe, you know, some nice vacation back home with a whole bundle of cash to spend on skins, syempre, sa CSGO Fast. So if you're gonna buy something with your winnings galing dito sa Virtus.pro, then might as well use CSGO Fast. Pumuli ka na ng Dragon Lore, no problem. Pang flex sa mga tropa mo. And then you can sell it right back after dito sa CSGO Fast. That's just how efficient the website is. So make sure you use it. CSGO Fast, use the referral code FocusFire to help promote the cause for Counter-Strike Global Offensive here in PH. And you can see itong bracket nga ng Group A. FaZe in the semifinals. Here for redemption, pare. They're here for redemption after ng major.
Yeah. I mean, not the best of showings for FaZe after their major win sa IEM. Pero ngayon, parang a bit of resurgence. Lalo na bumalik na yung flare nitong si Twist. Plus, you see more of that energy from Karrigan. But to be fair, hindi naman nawawala ng energy talaga si Karrigan. Let's be real. Plus, like, Brokey still being that consistent force for FaZe, you can definitely see them do well pagdating dito sa playoffs bracket natin. I do want to put my money possibly on Team Liquid. I don't know. I just feel different about them.
Yeah. But to be fair, I never put my money on Team Liquid, so I do not know yung feeling na yun. So, yun na nga. As you can see,
Ay,
there it
just
is.
realized something.
I was just checking
realized.
something, making sure color ng buhok ni Twist doesn't look bad. That's nice. That's good. It's not that horrible shade of purple na nakita natin dun sa Major. And now it is back to its peak form. Kaya yun nga, Russell Van Dulken gonna be a person to watch out for dito sa semis. And hopefully in the finals, man, I want to see some redemption galing dito sa FaZe. So
Yeah,
hopefully they can do something about it. Pero yun na nga, that is it for me and Chris for now. Before ang ating playoffs and the groups are just now capped off. We have still 2 more days of banger CS, and lahat ng playoffs is gonna get included in those 2 days. So ayun na nga, hopefully we do get a perfect set of games. Once again, shout out to Focusfire for providing us with the coverage for the Filipino coverage for the Blast Premier World Final. Make sure to like and subscribe yung page and yung YouTube channel namin, and make sure to follow us at least in our socials. Sneaky Frogcasts on Facebook, Twitter, and on Twitch. Dad Femina on Facebook and on Twitter, so you can find us there. Yeah, that is it for me and Chris for now. So see you guys. It's 17, I guess, maybe.